Welcome into Sweetwater, Tennessee, as Upperman is in action against the Soddy Daisy Trojans. It is game number 3 of the week for the Bees. I'm Noah McKay on the call. That's Jacob Vincent. Cameron Hughes producing things behind us. Coverage presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on a breezy and maybe rainy day. We hope that holds off here in Sweetwater. Upperman here for one, then in Carthage tomorrow against Smith County in the high school baseball game of the week, and then back here Saturday morning for 2 more. And we are ready to get started as Brock Cobb is on the mound for the Trojans. Dawson Mullins climbs in for the Bees, and we are moments away from first pitch. Live on the main UCR Facebook page and YouTube channel. Happy to be along with you this afternoon from Sweetwater. First pitch of the game for Cobb. This one swung on by Mullins, rolled over towards second, fielded cleanly. Throw to first is in time, and it's 1 pitch, 1 out for the Trojans defense. 2 teams playing really good baseball right now. Upperman at 8-9, but winners of 4 of their last 5, including that huge sweep over Livingston Academy earlier on this week. Soddy Daisy 10-7 on the season, but they have won 6 of their last 8 contests.
Yeah, 2 in a row against Hickson earlier this week. The last outing for Cobb on the mound, it was an okay one. 2 1/3, 4 hits, 3 runs, none of them earned. 3 walks and 3 strikeouts against Anderson County.
Chris Worsing, fresh off a dominant performance against Livingston Academy on Tuesday night on the mound. He bats second for Upperman. We'll get to the Quick Cash Pond starting lineups momentarily as Cobb sets up with the 0-1. This one's fouled off, and he's quickly ahead at 0-2. Breaking ball at 70 miles an hour for Cobb. Worsing, he's been at a blistering clip, and then if he continues to throw the way he did on Tuesday, he will be in that Mr. Baseball conversation with how he started at the plate, batting over 500 so far.
Yeah, and it's kind of ticked out a little bit here in these last few games, trying to find his rhythm a little bit more at the plate and send something to the outfield. Obviously, wind kind of blowing in towards left, towards that third base dugout here today at Sweetwater.
The 0-2, that breaking ball dips away. Worsing lays off, and it's 1-2. A very interesting ballpark here. 313 to the left field pole, 295 to right field. And they've got the big blue wall in center as well. It has a bunch of dents on it if you get close to it. As the 1-2, Worsing sends this one on a ride. Hard hit into left field, angling back and leaping up and making the catch for out number 2. That is a great catch by Fisher Higgins out in left for out number 2.
And he took just that half step in as well, but able to recover and make a nice catch out in left. That ball was roped out into left field. And at deep part of the ballpark, it's 313 down that left field line. And a nice catch out there in left for the second out of the inning.
Carson Shoup, 2 game-winning RBIs so far this week. Walked off Livingston on Monday, then had the game winner on Tuesday as well. First pitch swinging for him, angles towards the gap. This is well struck, way back. 1 hops over the fence for a ground rule double. Carson Shoup got a hold of that one in a major way. He stands at second. And Braden Green, who moves up the order today, will climb in. Let's get to the Quick Cash Pond starting lineups. Braden Green cleans it up, then it'll be the catcher, Denton Huddleston. Batting 6th, the red-hot designated hitter, Sawyer Brown. Batting 7th, the pitcher today, Braden Wolke. Batting 8th is the right fielder, Jackson Green. And rounding out the order for West Shank's team, the third baseman, Andrew Hedrick. Carson Shoup with a double. He stands at second and sets the table for Braden Green.
And I think he bounced it into the bus out there as well. So just trying to take the baseball home with him in the process. A turf infield, and then it turns to that natural grass in the outfield. And it's a beautiful ballpark. You mentioned it. You can see it. It looks really nice. It is really nice here at Sweetwater.
That one had a chance to get out of here.
It was close.
Really well struck. First pitch to Green. He's been an on-base machine. He got it rolling a little bit with that double, a big double against Livingston on Tuesday. He's back up into the cleanup spot today, and he's ahead 1-0 as Cobb on the other side tries to find his rhythm. 1-0. This one sent way up into the air in foul territory, and it will get out of here behind the Upperman dugout, and it's 1-1.
And we mentioned for Green, the batting average hadn't quite been there just yet, but he's been able to get on base. His on-base percentage over 400. Obviously had a really good day the other day against Livingston Academy. Romano.
Caden Romano behind the dish for Soddy
What,
Daisy.
you can't read my writing?
Yeah, I have no idea what that was. That's hieroglyphics on that one. Shoup's at second. I was going to give you the alignment, but I couldn't read the names as Green flares this one. This is a tough play. Angling, the left fielder comes up, and it drops. Higgins can't get there. Here's the throw, comes into second, and an RBI single for Braden Green. Upperman strikes first. It's 1-0.
Hey, it's miss-hit, but it doesn't matter. It's hitting the perfect spot by Braden Green. Drives home the run, and with 2 outs, Carson Shoup running hard the whole way. Able to get the job done, and the Bees have had good starts to ball games here so far this season. They get a run across here in the first.
Braden Wolke hits the ball on the other other side, he has at least a one-run lead to play with. Here's a freshman who'll be catching for him. Denton Huddleston climbs in. Green is at first after the RBI single. And you had the barrel for Worsing that was caught, then the ground rule double, and then the flare single. The bats are alive for Upperman as Huddleston reaches at that slider at 66 on the radar gun, comes up empty.
Yeah, that fastball is right around 75, 76 as well, so a good little mix in there with the off-speed. And talking with Coach Shanks before, this is a Soddy Daisy team that you could eventually see on down the road in a possible sectional matchup to get into a state tournament.
0-1 breaking ball, he's leaning on it, been able to pinpoint that pretty well, and he's ahead 0-2 as Denton fouled that one back. And yeah, as the kind of geography keeps changing in Class 3A. Soddy Daisy down there in that Chattanooga area. That's where you go in sub-state. Obviously, Red Bank a year ago. They'll see Coach Roberson, who was their coach at Red Bank, on Saturday when they faced Boyd Buchanan. Here comes the 0-2, a high cheese fastball fouled out of play, and angling. There's some cars back there that were in a little bit of danger.
You mentioned parking the Silverado up there on the hill, and there's a Silverado that just about got plunked.
The gentleman sitting on it, he was not worried. He just kind of watched it fly past him. 0-2, Cobb ahead of Huddleston here. Green takes his lead. And he waves and misses at that one for strike 3, but not before the Bees do strike for 1 in the top half. We'll head to Braden Wolke's bottom half of the first on the other side. Upperman Baseball is presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Gentry's Power Equipment is proud to be the presenting sponsor of Upperman Athletics on UCR.
Located at 755 Buffalo Valley Road in Cookeville, Gentry's Power Equipment is your local steel dealer. With a huge selection of outdoor power equipment, including chainsaws, blowers, trimmers, mowers, pressure washers, and more. They are your local one-stop shop for high-quality equipment. Locally owned and operated, Gentry's Power Equipment is proud to support Upperman Athletics and UCR. Mayberry's Furniture has been family-owned and operated since 1946 and is now serving the Upper Cumberland with locations in both Crossville and Cookeville, offering the largest array of solid wood furniture and mattresses in the area. They also provide a best price guarantee and in-house service and delivery. Stop into their 15,000 square foot showroom at 1020 South Willow Avenue in Cookeville to see their selection of Amish solid wood, flex steel, Tempur-Pedic, Sealy Posturepedic, and much more today. Mayberry's Furniture is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the high school football game of the week on the UCR Media Network.
We head to the bottom of the first inning. Upperman leads 1-0 over Soddy Daisy here at Sweetwater. Braden Wolke on the mound. A Chicago kid, been the number 3 arm in the rotation all season long, and he's pitched well in his opportunities, Jacob.
Yeah, he has so far. 3.50 ERA, a 2-1 record. This is his 3rd start of the season, his 4th appearance of the season. He's got 1 complete game and 1 shutout on the year in 14 innings. He's allowed 12 hits, 7 runs, all of them earned, 9 strikeouts, and 6 walks. So a more pitch-to-contact type of guy, and has been able to throw it really well. He threw it really well this last weekend when they were out in Knoxville in East Tennessee. We'll see what he can do today here at Sweetwater against a Soddy Daisy team that, again, you could see in a possible sectional matchup later on this season.
Quick Ash Pond starting lineup for the Trojans. Leading things off is Gabe Ferguson. He'll be followed up by the shortstop Braden Maynor. Batting third is the right fielder, Noah Berry. Batting fourth, the designated hitter, Easton Mulder. Batting fifth is the left fielder, Fisher Higgins. Batting sixth is the catcher, Caden Romano. Batting seventh, the first baseman, Braden Shell. Batting eighth, the third baseman, Maddox Eversole. And rounding out the order today is the second baseman, Ty Hitchcox. The right-hander, Wolke, will face off against Gabe Ferguson to open up his outing. He's got a 1-0 lead to play with, as Upperman's bats look pretty good in the top half of this inning.
Yeah, he went 6 innings against Central Magnet in that first game on Friday last week. Got the win, 6 hits, 3 runs, 5 strikeouts, and 3 walks.
First pitch in is across for strike 1, and it's 0-1 quickly here for Wolke, who's got to be in the zone with that fastball to set up everything else that he wants to throw. Was in and out of the rotation a year ago. Obviously got injured pretty early in the season, his first year in the program. As the 0-1, that one misses outside, but he's going to be a mainstay in it this year, and he's going to pitch in some major innings down the road for this Upperman team.
Yeah, he's that number 3 pitcher right now. You'll see, obviously, kind of Barnes and Mullins making their way into that rotation too, but Wolke has kind of proven himself that he can get some big-time outings when they need him.
Good 0-1 fast, or 1-1 fastball, I should say, dots up the outside corner, and Wolke goes ahead of Ferguson. It's 1-2. Denton Huddleston gives the sign. Here comes the 1-2 from Wolke. Breaking ball, this one flared up into center. Didn't catch it cleanly off the bat, but able to adjust and make the grab is Dalton Mathis for out number 1.
And you see Mathis out there. Sometimes it's that herky-jerky movement, but he's been able to get to him more times than not out there in center field and gets that important first out of the inning.
Quick cash pawn starters in the field for Upperman. Denton Huddleston catches the balls and strikes. Over at first is Carson Shoup. Chris Worsing's at second. Andrew Hedrick at third. Dawson Mullins is at short. Braden Green gets the start in left. Out in right is Jackson Green, and Dalton Mathis anchors center. A little bit up on that first pitch of the AB to Maynor as he's facing off with Wolke, who would love to put a 0 on the scoreboard and build a little early momentum for what should be a good baseball game today. 1-0, that one bounces in. First real miss for Braden on the afternoon, and it's 2-0.
And the Bees playing on a turf field for a few times already this season. Obviously, Cumberland County, they've got that turf home plate area at Cumberland County, and then go on the road to Gibbs and Fulton, where you're able to see it a couple more times, and third time already this year playing on the turf field.
Wolke's 2-0. That's a good pitch. Fastball, 76 on the gun for a strike, 2-1. And you mentioned over the weekend they've scheduled a bunch of different ballparks for a reason. They want to see all the different things you could see down the line in the postseason. As the 2-1, that one misses upstairs. It's 3 balls, 1 strike here to Maynor. Noah Berry is on deck, the biggest bats in the order here for Soddy Daisy. Wolke trying to find his stride here. Behind in the count. A rise and fire. This one flared, and we run full. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
The scoreboard ain't helping us too much.
No, it's been off, so we are. I'm trying to keep track as best as I can. It's not my strongest thing that I do. Let's put it that way. It involves any math. It's probably not good.
We can't see the iPad, but I guarantee Cameron's on top of it.
The 3-2. This one flared into foul territory. Given a run is green, but no chance to get there, and we'll re-rack it and do it again. Coach Farley over there in the dugout. He's got the pitch comm walkie-talkie, talking to Denton Huddleston. What's he want to go to here? It's that fastball, breaking ball mix for Braden Wolke.
Could be quiet with it today. The dugouts aren't too far away.
We're not too far away. We're getting live in-game commentary. The 3-2 fouled off. Good battle here between Maynor and Wolke. 1 out. We're in the bottom of the first inning. A 1-0 lead for the Bees.
You're going to run out of baseballs here in just the first couple of batters.
There are woods around, but they're a little more sporadic. You should be able to find them, but some freshman's got to go up there and get it. Wolke with another 3-2 coming home. That one misses upstairs, ball 4, and a good walk worked by Braden Maynor. He'll head down to first. Sets the table for the 3-hole hitter, Noah Berry.
And so now for the Bees, and for Wolke especially, is a guy that not a huge strikeout number guy. You're trying to pitch to contact, so you're looking for a ground ball here. You've got your normal middle infielders with Mullins at short and Worsing at second. So you'd love to get something grounded right back up the middle and see if you can get out of the inning.
Berry in the right-hand batter's box as Wolke rises and fires. Good bounce-back pitch for Braden Wolke. It's 0-1.
He's been able to get ahead in most of these guys so far. Obviously just 3 batters into the game, but that was a good battle worked. Able to get on base, and now you're able to get ahead.
Quick move over. Shoup has to leap up to keep it. Back in plenty of time is Maynor. Soddy in the black and white pinstripe uniforms. Upperman in their grays. Another throw over from Wolke is a pretty good one. No tag applied from Shoup. Shoup got the party started, ripping that ground rule double. One hopped over the fence into the school bus.
I mean, it was ripped. You mentioned it. The wind, I think, probably hurt it a little bit.
Maynor gets a good jump. The pitch misses, and it pops out of the glove of Huddleston. They actually called that a strike as Huddleston tried to hop up for the throw down, but it's a stolen base for Maynor. And now a runner in scoring position as Soddy looks to tie the game in quick order. But an 0-2 count here to Berry. That would help Braden Wolke majorly if he could get a punch out.
Oh, it was a really good breaking ball, bro. Right over the middle of the plate. It just kind of popped out of the glove. Like you said, Huddleston, that was a ton of speed as well, and a great jump from first on the stolen base.
Bouncing again, Wolke comes home. That fastball misses, gets into the net, and now a potential tying run just 90 feet away as Maynor takes a jog over. And Berry Back in the count here at 1-2.
Yeah, now we'll see if this backstop comes into play. We saw it a couple of times in the first game between Sweetwater and a team out of Ohio where if it goes to the backstop, it catches that padding. It pretty much just rockets right back to the catcher, especially on this turf. But if it hits those cinder blocks, it could be bouncing a lot harder past.
The 1-2 from Wilkie. Breaking ball again. This one rolled over. It will score a run. Long throw for Mullins, and it will not be in time. An RBI infield single for Noah Berry, and just like that, we're all tied up at 1.
There's really no chance there for Mullins. It was off the end of the bat, just kind of softly rolling into the hole there at the shortstop position. He plays it right, just can't get to it quick enough, and a good amount of speed down that first base line, too.
Wilkie really relying on that slider right now as Mulder will climb in for his first AB. The DH batting cleanup. Runner at first is Berry, and the stolen base comes back and looms large. And now Mulder turns to show bunt. Runner goes. Throw down from Huddleston, a pretty good one. Tag there in time. Denton Huddleston uncorks the laser down to second. Mullins with the tag, and there's out number 2 here in the first.
Yeah, that was a really good throw by Huddleston. He's been tested a couple of times this season. When he's been able to get that clean transfer, he's usually gotten good throws. It's just kind of been on the transfer where he's had some troubles. Gets the clean transfer that time and able to get him down.
Pitch was a ball, I believe. 1-0 the count. Mulder delivers in, again off the end of the bat, again a long way for Mullins. Back picks, but no throw. Back-to-back infield singles for Soddy Daisy. Not really barreling it up like we saw Upperman do in the top half, but it's getting the job done. Runner at first now for Fisher Higgins.
Yeah, like you said, perfect spot, and it's hitting that turf. Normally it'll go a little bit faster, but that's how soft they're being hit. They're just hitting that perfect spot in between that 5-6 hole, or Hedrick can't charge onto it and get it. Mullins has to go deep to his right.
Wilkie working through traffic here as he'll rise and fire. Good first pitch fastball on the inside corner for strike 1. Big one tomorrow in Carthage. A fun first high school baseball game of the week presented by Mayberry's Furniture of this season. Upperman taking on the Riley Martin-led Smith County Owls. We'll be there for all the action. Game of the week setup. It'll be a lot of fun.
It's going to be a lot of fun. Those two, and they've gotten together and been some really good games pitch out there. And
pretty good back
pick.
pick.
It was a pretty good back pick. Closer than it should have been.
Diving back in was Mulder in the pitch out attempt. Huddleston, he's got plenty of arm, no doubt about it. It's a 1-1 count here to Higgins.
Two teams in Upperman and Smith County in the years past just had some big-time players. Obviously the Martins, the Gammons, Fallons, Wilsons in the last few years.
Fake steal as the slider is fouled up and out of play, and it's 1-2. 1-1, both teams putting something on the board here in the first inning. We expect this to be a pretty fun game. Been a fun first inning so far. The slider, this one ripped right up the middle past the outstretched glove of Wilkie, and another base hit. 3 consecutive singles for Soddy Daisy, and that was the best barrel by a mile. Runners at first and second with 2 outs for Caden Romano.
Yeah, and then the Wilkie is just not quite tall enough to stick the glove out and try to haul it in, but you're okay giving up a single there. You still got a force out anywhere with 2 outs, so focus on the batter, trying to get out of the inning and keep yourself in a tie game. Bring the bats back to the plate.
Let us know in the comments who you are, where you're watching from, who you're cheering for. Hit that share button. Little afternoon baseball today. When it's not raining, it's a beautiful day for baseball. First pitch to Romano, check swing, able to keep those hands back, and it's 1-0. Wilkie trying to get out of this inning, dealing with a lot of traffic.
It's a really good block by Denton Huddleston behind the plate as well. It keeps those runners at bay, and you mentioned it was a good pitch. Almost got the swing through.
Wilkie with a look back, runners bouncing around at second. They'll rise and fire this one off the end of the bat again. This time Wilkie able to get there, flips over to first in time to retire the side. 1 run on 3 hits. No errors, 2 left on. We'll head to the second, 1-1 between Upperman and Soddy Daisy. Coverage presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Ammonet's Eagle Auction and Realty is proud to present an online-only auction featuring an older home ready for a good handyman. The property also features a livestock building, garage, and outbuildings on 3.3 acres. You can bid on this property at eagleauctions.com or call 931-526-5335 for more information. Bidding on this online-only auction ends April 2nd at 10 a.m. Amanette's Eagle Auction and Realty is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Livingston Regional Hospital is Livingston's hometown hospital. Located at 315 Oak Street, Livingston Regional Hospital provides compassionate quality care for all patients from local people you can trust, so you can count on them to treat you like family. Their excellent staff offers years of experience and training to meet the needs of all patients. They understand the importance of providing care in a professional and comforting manner. They're proud to partner with Livingston Academy Athletics through the LRH Sports Medicine team. Livingston Regional Hospital is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
1-1 as we head to the second here at Sweetwater between Soddy Daisy and Upperman. Sawyer Brown, Braden Wilkie, Jackson Green. 6-7-8-2 up for the Bees, trying to win their fifth game in their last 6 tries against a team they could see down the line in the postseason.
And try and get back to 500 for the first time in a long time as well. Just had that rough start to the season and a lot of one-run games. Now they're starting to win some of those games and have won 4 out of the last 5, with one of those games being a one-run game in the loss category. So been able to find themselves on the winning side in those last 2 games in district play. The important games, you go to first place in the district as well, and trying to keep that win streak going here. And you've got quite a few games, obviously, tonight, tomorrow, and then 2 more on Saturday before a short week next week. Just 1 game next week at DeKalb County on Thursday. How about Sawyer Brown at the early part of this season as well, as he steps in here in the DH spot? He had his name called a few times in a pinch-hitting role. Seems like he got a hit every single time, and he's just continued to get hits when he has been at the plate.
He's been red hot. He watches the first pitch breaking ball find the zone for strike 1. Brown facing off, as they'll call time, as he always does, against Brock Cobb. He is going to set it on his tempo during these ABs. Takes his time, gets his bearings, and will climb back in. Sawyer Brown trying to apply some pressure as Upperman's 1-0 lead evaporated. Now tied again. This one flicked up into the air into foul territory and will angle out of play. It's quickly 0-2.
Kind of similar pitchers on both sides as well. They're not super high with the velocity and the fastball, able to mix in a good amount of breaking balls and try to get some hitters out in front and just off balance.
Cobb with the 0-2. Check swing. Did he go? He did. That's strike 3. Brown wasn't able to lay off that high fastball, and it's back-to-back punch-outs now for Brock Cobb, who's finding his stride. Braden Wilkie will try and change that.
Yeah, it's really just Carson Shoup that was able to rope one out into left center. Obviously, Chris Worsing had a pretty hard-hit baseball as well, but at that left fielder and a nice play. And ever since then, been able to work around the base hits.
Cobb has been more in the zone than we saw Wilkie be in the bottom of the first inning. That'll be something to watch. And first pitch swinging for Wilkie, rolls this one over to short. A great play to attack the baseball, throw to first in time, and it's 2 up, 2 down. No problem for Braden Maynor for the second out.
I think that's one adjustment you'll see from Dawson Mullins coming up in these next few innings as well. And those balls hit to short. It just seems like they're not getting there very quickly, so you're going to have to charge onto him. He does a nice job of it there in Maynor and makes a nice play.
Jackson Green climbs in for his first AB. First pitch swinging for him. He'll flick this one into center, and it drops for a base hit for the Bees. Third hit of the game for Upperman. And it'll bring up the 9-hole hitter, Andrew Hedrick, trying to flip the lineup over here and get something working in the top of the second.
Well, that may be the way to attack Cobb on the mound, where you just get an early pitch early on in the count where he's trying to get ahead. You jump on it and able to send it out there, not let him get into a rhythm in the AB.
First pitch swinging here for Hedrick. It's been a very aggressive approach at the plate for Upperman's hitters. First time through the order. He comes up empty on that one. It's 0-1. Green takes his lead over at first. Both Greens have reached with base hits first time through, and Hedrick adds on with another base hit. He'll flick this one into right. Not trying to do too much with it, and it's back-to-back base hits for Upperman. Flips the lineup over for Dawson Mullins. Chris Worsing moves into the on-deck circle. Runners at first and second with 2 outs.
And that's really big for the Bees, who obviously it's been Evan Huddleston in that 9 spot for the last couple of years. If you can get Hedrick in that 9 spot, able to get on base, and he has been in these last few ball games. He was able to score the game-winning run on Monday night. If he's able to produce and kind of flip it back to the top, it makes his team so much better.
Dawson Mullins, he grounded out in the first pitch of the game. He'll watch one across here. Nice breaking ball. It's been his best pitch. That breaking ball with a lot of movement on it across, away from these right-handed hitters. 0-1. Another freshman, Mullins. Just trying to get on base, set the table. You'd love a bases loaded situation for that young man in the on-deck circle. 0-1, that one bounces in. Good block by Romano behind the dish. And it's 1-1.
That's the other part being here at a turf field as well. You're going to get much cleaner bounces, much truer bounces. So wherever you're at in the field, if you're in the right spot, it's normally going to go right to where you want it to be.
It's also going to be interesting on bunt attempts because everything's going to roll. You're not going to get those awkward hops and rolls. 1-1 to count here to Mullins. Cobb sends that slider again across. Mullins sends it out of play. Foul, 1-2.
That was a pretty good job to sit back on it there as well. And the off-speed, he got it on that first pitch of the AB, doesn't offer at it that time, tries to sit back and send it out to right field.
If you're Cobb, you really want to face 28 with nobody on to start the third.
100%.
As Dawson's going to call time and step out. Runners at first and second, back-to-back singles for the Bees. Mullins behind in the count, 1-2. Cobb rises and fires. Fastball, very close, but no cigar. Tough take, and it's 2-2.
It's a really tough take right there. It's a good take, though. A little bit low, a little bit inside, not right where he wants it to be, so he lets it go, and you look for a better one here on 2-2.
Deuce is wild, 2-2, 2 outs, 2 on here in the second inning. Cobb really paying most of his attention to the batter's box. The 2-2 went right back to that same spot, missed again, and we run full at 3-2. Big pitch early on in this non-district game.
Yeah, that's how you know we got a pretty good umpire today. Same exact spot, makes the same call.
And you're right, it's just a little bit low and a little bit inside. Cobb will look back. 3-2. Runners go. This one rolled over towards second. Fielded cleanly on a couple of hops. Throw to first is in time to retire this side. Upperman can't cash in on two-out singles. We'll head to the bottom half of the second, and it's a 1-1. Coverage presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Watson Chevrolet is proud to present the area's best selection of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. Watson Chevy's staff of experts are ready to get you into your next vehicle with unmatched service and knowledge. Stop in at 2350 Cookeville Highway and get your vehicle serviced by their highly trained professionals. Right now, you can save money on oil changes, regular maintenance, and battery installation. And remember, don't buy till you see Jason Fye. Watson Chevy is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the UCR Media Network.
At the Quality Family, we believe care isn't just a service, it's a promise.
Whether you're bouncing back from surgery, navigating a serious illness, or need essential equipment to stay independent,
we provide skilled home health, compassionate hospice, and reliable DME services right where you need them most. At home.
Covering communities in Kentucky and Tennessee, we're in your corner.
The Quality Family. Trusted care right where life happens.
Bottom of the second, 1-1. Still our score. Upperman got 2 on with 2 outs. Weren't able to cash in the top half, so now their defense will try to answer against the lower third of the Soddy Daisy order. 7, 8, 9 due up here in the second. Both teams playing really good ball, hoping for a successful set of games here at Sweetwater. They're playing this classic at a bunch of different sites in this kind of corridor.
The Tri-County Classic.
Just short of East Tennessee, Southeast Tennessee.
Yeah, it's kind of in a weird spot. I don't know what you'd consider it.
We're in Ella Fox's old stomping ground at Sweetwater High School, our sideline reporter during basketball season. I had to clarify that because I know I was going to get 2 messages from Hallie and Dodgen if I didn't clarify that as the first pitch across. Outside for a ball. 1-0. Wolke pitching here to Braden Shell. Next one misses low, and I think some of the pellets off the turf went up into the eye of the umpire. That is not fun.
Yeah, it's not the same as dirt. Those things are
You'd rather get hit with
thicker.
dirt. You'd rather get hit with dirt.
Yeah, those are not fun to try to get out.
So Denton goes out and has
makes it easy to make the call, I guess. If it bounces down low like that.
Well, there's not much of a call to make when it bounces like that, but sure. Is this the part where this goes off the rails? Did you just set the tone?
Gotta get there at some point.
Well, we're heading that way. It's This one's sent way up into the air, into right field. Jackson Green gives it a look, angles to his right, and makes the catch for out number 1.
It's a well-hit ball out there to right, but the Bees able to play it really well. Green kind of shaded that way, expecting some of the power. He gets some help from the wind as well. It's kind of blowing straight in from right field, and a nice fly out there to open it up here in the inning.
Maddox Ebersol will climb in for the first time. 7-8-9, you really want to work a clean inning. If you're Braden Wolke, get your momentum, your groove out there a little bit on the mound.
Especially after that top kind of half of the lineup. Had a good amount of success, was able to get the bat onto the baseball.
And speaking of, this one is flared into left. No chance for Braden Green to make the play. He'll let it hop, and it is a 1-out single for Maddox Ebersol. And one of the ironic things, they had those 3 singles, and none of them were really barreled like that one was. All kind of off the end of the bat, but they have sat back. They have tracked the breaking ball off of Braden Wolke. See if there's an adjustment as Ty Hitchcox will climb in with a runner at first and 1 out, trying to flip the lineup over for Gabe Ferguson.
Yeah, had been a lot of soft contact off the end of the bat there in that first inning. These two have been barreled up here in the second so far.
Have been a lot of lefties in this order for Soddy Daisy. 1 in here. Also been very active on the base paths, and that's a 75-mile-an-hour fastball in the outside corner for Wolke. Maybe the best pitch he's thrown so far, 0-1. Ebersol leans off of first. There's the righty Wolke. Runner goes. It bounces in. Huddleston with another throw down. This time it won't get there. Just a little short. Couldn't load up in time. Ball 1 and another stolen base for Soddy Daisy. Their second so far.
Yeah, you mentioned it, kind of the low pitch, 69 mile an hour as well coming in, so it makes it a little bit tougher. Really good jump and just unable to get it a little bit out quick enough to get him down at second base.
We've seen Soddy Daisy be very aggressive on the base paths as Hedrick is shading in over at third, protecting a potential bunt. Wolke with a long look back towards second. He'll come home with a 1-1. That one misses low, and it's 2-1, and just doesn't seem super comfortable right now, does Wolke on the mound.
Yeah, kind of taking a peek at that mound as well, and it's definitely different when you go from that dirt mound to the turf mound. It doesn't feel the same when you're out there. You can't kind of create that hole you're stepping in each time, and it's kind of weird.
2-1. This one flicked up into the air and fouled into the mesh net. 2-2. Wolke still looking for his first punch out. First time through the order. He's about to go back to the top of the order next with Ferguson on deck. The second baseman Hitchcock's trying to add on. It's a 1-1 ball game, but a runner at second with 1 out here for Soddy. Wolke will step off and look the runner back. He already stole 1. A lot easier to steal second than third, but if he does, the throw has to be perfect because Braden Green is nowhere near at a place to back up that throw. Everyone shading right in the outfield. Here comes the 2-2 from Wolke. Good breaking ball. Just missed. And we run full at 3-2.
Maybe a little bit high there as it kind of came in. Maybe ended up in the zone. One of those where it passes through and just misses.
Pretty good pitch, and ended up being a good take for Hitchcox. Really need this out against the 9-hole hitter. Couple of looks back for Wolke. The 3-2. Brought that slider again, this time more over the plate, and it's fouled out. We'll do it again. Another good battle here. The Trojans becoming a familiar refrain. That pitch count starting to tick up for Wolke fairly early in this outing.
Yeah, he needs some quick outs here because obviously you don't have any games next week, but you still got a lot of games coming up this week where you're going to have a game tomorrow and then 2 more on Saturday. So you don't want to use too many arms here today, and you want to save. Obviously, you're going to have a couple of big guns coming up on the later end of this week.
Here comes another 3-2 pitch. Fastball called. Strike 3. Right on the outside corner for Braden Wolke. A big first punch out of the outing for the Chicago kid. Lineup flips over for Gabe Ferguson. Runner at second. 2 outs now here in inning number 2.
Really good spot for Wolke on that outside corner. Gets him to stare it down and able to hit his spot. Good frame as well by Huddleston, and a big second out there in the inning with a runner in scoring position.
He's been throwing the breaking ball to that spot that time. Throws the fastball right in. A great pitch for strike 3. Ferguson flew out to center his first AB. Yes, breaking ball again. That one just couldn't quite clip the top of the zone. And Coach Farley is coaching the daylights out of these guys on the mound right now. These young arms, they're getting big experience. He's trying to get them dialed in. And a step off here for Wolke, and it just doesn't feel super comfortable right now, Jacob.
And these batters have been able to, obviously with a batter or runner on second base too, you want to make sure the signs that are coming in are clean, and then they're not able to read them too well there on second base. So that could be some of it too.
Healthy lead over there at second. Wolke with a look back. He'll deliver in. First strike of the AB is a fastball right on the outside corner. It's 1-1. He's starting to pinpoint that fastball a little bit better here in inning number 2.
Yeah, that's big. If you're able to pinpoint that fastball, you're able to rip off the breaking ball in different spots and able to get ahead in some of these counts. That's kind of what he struggled with so far. He's gone so deep in a lot of these counts, just haven't been able to get ahead with the fastball.
1-1 coming to Gabe Ferguson. Runner bouncing around. Wolke with 3 looks. Now he'll bring a fastball in. That one misses up, and it's 2-1. Coach Painter, he's adjusting the alignment of the defense. Jackson Green takes a couple of steps in. Wolke with the 2-1. This one fouled back, and it's 2-2 with 2 outs here in the second.
Yeah, big opportunity here for Wolke. Try to hold it at a 0 on the board right now. You've got a top part of your lineup coming up, and try to get some of that momentum going back at the plate again after getting a run across in the first.
Wolke nods his head yes to the call. Ferguson awaits the 2-2. Breaking ball. This one just fouled out of play. I think he was sitting fastball and knew he had to swing, so he flares it back, and we'll do it one more time.
Yeah, that's that panic swing right there. You got 2 strikes on you. You think it's going to be close and just throw the barrel at it and try to stay alive. It was a really good job to foul it off and try to just see another one come in there in a better spot.
Here in an overcast evening in Sweetwater. Wolke with the 2-2. Guess what? Fouled out. One more time, another battle, and these Trojans, they're running that pitch count up, and if you're Upperman, you get to tomorrow, you've got your biggest arms available behind. Today, you don't, so it'd be interesting to see if Wolke can't go a complete game. If he's going to do that, the pitch count's going to have to come down in some of these innings. Where will Wes Shanks go? He's got options.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he only used 2 already this week.
He's got options, but the question would be, where would he go? And there's a few he hadn't used in a while. The 2-2, that one overthrown. Huddleston, no clue how Denton snagged that one out of the air, and we run full at 3-2.
Just barely able to get up to it. He had to turn around just to make sure he had it as well and able to snag it and keep it in front to keep that runner at second base.
The hockey goalie, when he blocks it and turns behind you, you go, wait, do I have it?
Do
Yep,
I have
you
it?
have it. 3-2, full count. Dangerous hitter on deck next. Here's the payoff pitch. Fouled back again. One more upcoming. It's 43 pitches for Braden Wolke, and this AB has gone a long, long time. Goodness gracious. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pitches in the AB. This is number 9 upcoming. Thank you for the assists. And Wolke's thinking, what do I have to throw to get this guy out? This is where not having that just blistering velocity, it's a little bit tougher to get that final pitch across. The 3-2. Breaking ball doesn't come out clean. Ball 4, and Ferguson works the count deep, and here comes Coach Farley. He wants to have a word here with runners at first and second, and he sent his infield back. Said, I just want to talk to my pitcher. He's going to come out and have a word with Braden Wolke before Braden Maynor, I should say, who has a walk. He was ultimately left stranded he did score the run back in the first. Will climb in here for his second AB.
And you mentioned how Coach Farley kind of been coaching him up throughout the game so far, and that's kind of saying as soon as that pitch was thrown, he was out of the dugout, and he's coaching up pretty hard right here on the mound. He is a junior on the squad, one of the kind of elders on this squad this year, and a team full of young guys trying to get out of a big inning here and keep that 0 up on the board with 2 outs.
Not all mound visits are the same. Some are just to calm things down, and some are to motivate.
Yep.
The body language told me that was a motivate mound visit. That was just held in the middle of this diamond. Runners at first and second for the 2-hole hitter, Braden Maynor. He walked, stole a base, then advanced in a wild pitch, and then scored on an RBI by Noah Berry, who's on deck next. You'd much rather see him in the bottom of the third. Wilkie trying to battle as the sun casts its shadow across the field. First pitch fouled up and out of play. It's 0-1.
I think some of that conversation is he wants him to come through and finish with his pitches. A lot of those have been missing high, so that release point had been really high. He wants to bring it down a little bit and then finish down so you can get that breaking ball, especially to rip off and break across the zone.
Yeah, I also like a little more early fastball. You just saw one there really sitting on the breaking ball are these Trojan hitters. Comes the 0-1. And he tried it again, and that high point. And Huddleston, I think, clipped the mask of the umpire. Checked back, he's all right. Thought about the back pick, but lays off of it. It's 1-1.
It kind of looked like Wilkie that time. I don't know if he's just not gripping it great or what. He kind of snaps his fingers afterwards because you could see that was supposed to be a breaking ball, and it just never broke, stayed up, and never came down like it was supposed to.
Glance back. Now the 1-1. Fastball, this one rolled over. Mullins gives it a look. He cannot get there. Grain to it in left. Here comes the throw in from left, and it will not be in time. Cut off by Hedrick, and it's an RBI single for Braden Maynor. Soddy Daisy has its first lead at 2-1.
That was a good rip to the left side of the infield. You've got Mullins holding on the runner at second base, so he's not able to get over to the baseball in time. It was a good charge by Green. Good throw in, just not good enough. It's cut, and they're able to hold the runner at second, but a good piece of hitting there to score another run for Soddy Daisy.
Eversole scores the second run of the game for the Trojans. Here's Noah Berry. He has an RBI single to his day, then was caught stealing by Denton Huddleston and Dawson Mullins back in the first. And now the objective is to limit damage for Braden Wilkie with 2 outs. And he can throw back, and he will, and he airmailed it right into center field, but backing it up pretty well was Mathis, so no opportunity to advance on the mistake on the throw.
Yeah, it was a good job by Mathis. He was paying attention to it, gets to it quickly. I don't think the runner realized right away that it was out into center field, and so he's not able to hop back up and try to take off. Mathis had a good throw in, too.
I would think Carson Shoup is probably who comes after Braden Wilkie today, but we'll have to wait and see. And that is a thought you have to go to when you're well over 50 pitches in just the second inning. Fortunately, usually when that's the case, it's not just 2-1, and that is what it is, and you'll have Chris Worsing coming up to lead off the third.
Andrew Hedrick, another guy you might see out there today.
That breaking ball dips away, and it's 1-0. Runners at first and second. 2 base hits in this inning already. That's 5 total for Soddy Daisy. Mix in a walk on top of it.
And it seems like they've just been out there for a while now with 2 outs as well. Just haven't been able to scrape across that last out to get out of the inning. The 1 run across, trying to hold it to just that 1.
Barry awaits that bat high over his right shoulder. Runner goes towards third, a hit and run as this one's fouled out of play. It's 1-1. It was a pretty good jump out at second from Gabe Ferguson.
Yeah, that would have been tough if that gets through and Huddleston has a chance. It would have been tough for him to throw down to third. They've been starting to time up Wilkie on the mound pretty well.
But if you're Braden Wilkie, you just need the out. Focus a lot of your attention on home plate. Glance back. And now he will throw back. A much better throw. The tag not quite there. As he went to Mullins, that was a perfect pickoff move, but Ferguson just back in time.
That was a really good move. I think the throw actually beat him. Just couldn't get the tag down just quick enough for Mullins, who was coming up behind. And really good throw that time. And again, you're just keeping that runner honest there at second base.
It is a large lead for Ferguson. Wouldn't even hate another move back if you're Wilkie. He'll instead deliver home to 1-1. This one fouled out of play, and it's 1-2. And that's just have been very, very few swings and misses for Soddy Daisy, which makes it so much tougher when you're not getting those swings and misses because everything's going in play. You only have the 1 punch out so far.
Yeah, it's not an overpowering fastball. I mean, you can see it at 75, 76 at the top end, and then he brings in that breaking ball, 68, 69 miles an hour.
The 1-2, breaking ball. Huddleston with a great block as he slides in front, and it's 2-2.
Yeah, trying to get the chase there on the 2 strike counts, and it was a good spot for it to start on that outside corner, breaks off of it, and great job by Huddleston to keep it in front.
52 pitches now for Braden Wilkie through 1 2/3 innings. Wolke, the 2-2. Runner goes. Huddleston with a throw down. A good one. The tag in time. The second runner caught stealing by Denton Huddleston, and that will retire this side. Not before Soddy Daisy strikes for 1. It's 2-1 Trojans as we head to the third. Coverage presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to support student athletes and athletic departments throughout the Upper Cumberland. They are also proud to sponsor Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing's Player of the Game on this broadcast. From trophies to t-shirts, they can do it all. Be sure to stop by and see them at 120 Circle Drive in Allgood or give them a call at 931-537-9559. Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing, proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Sonia Brown is a full-service realtor and is licensed across the state of Tennessee, listing and selling residential and multifamily, land and farms, commercial and industrial properties. Sonia handles the sale from start to closing and beyond. Let her put her 30-plus years of experience to work for you. Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate has been supporting student-athletes in the Upper Cumberland since 1990. You can reach Sonia Brown at 931-979-7145. Sonia Brown, realtor with American Way Real Estate, is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
It's a 2-1 lead for the Soddy Daisy Trojans. The Bees back to the plate here on the top of 3. 2, 3, and 4 due up for them. Chris Worsing, Carson Shoup, and Braden Green as the Bees try to get back into it now. They got the one run across in the first thanks to the Carson Shoup double. And he was plated by Braden Green on the very next batter on the flare out to left center field. Chris Worsing in a hard line drive out to left. It was a really good play out in left for Soddy Daisy. We'll see what he can do here against Cobb on the mound, who has been pretty solid so far, been able to pinpoint the fastball and work fairly quickly through these first couple of innings.
Yeah, to that point, it's at just 27 pitches, and Upperman's been very aggressive at the plate. It's been kind of the opposite approach from these two teams so far.
That one's off the end of the bat. Going to be a tough play. Shortstop onto it. Throw to first just in time to get Chris Worsing, who's speeding down that first base line. And a nice play by Braden Maynor at shortstop. And it's been a few times we've seen from Chris Worsing now, kind of that left side of the infield. That time off the end of the bat, just a little bit out in front.
Yeah, and Maynor's doing a great job at short, just attacking. He's not waiting back. And so both teams have had some weak contact, but Soddy Daisy's handled it better because they've been much more aggressive defensively against some of those weak rollers.
Well, Carson Shoup put it into the bus. It literally looked like it bounced into the bus on the ground rule double his last time up, so he steps in for the second time here.
It's a matter of time before he sends one out of a ballpark.
Yeah. The wind has died down a little bit.
It may not be today, especially with this wind in this park, but especially now, it felt like a little early in the season, maybe trying to do a little bit too much. Not the case here the past week and a half or so for Carson.
Yeah, he's had the 2 game-winning hits this week, the walk-off on Monday, the go-ahead hit on Tuesday with the sac fly. He's had some big-time hits, and even going back to last weekend, he was really swinging it well. There's the 0-1 on the way. That one misses upstairs, 1-1. Now to Carson Shoup at the plate.
Yeah, I'd like to see more takes here for Upperman. Even if you go behind the count 0-2, got to make Cobb work.
Yeah, and the big thing is Soddy Daisy have been able to foul off so many pitches. This one going to miss a little bit low. 2 balls and a strike here to Shoup. Try to work some of these, foul off any that you don't like, and try to get a better one that you can handle. Cobb, the quick worker, 2-1. Called strike on the outside corner, evens the count up at 2 apiece.
Yeah, he looked for that spot last time, missed it just a hair low, comes right back to it, able to dot it up, and now you got a battle if you're Shoup.
2 ball, 2 strike count to Shoup and 1 away with nobody on for the Bees here in the top of 3. Cobb into the motion, brings it home, bounces in front of the plate, and the count runs full on Carson Shoup. Bees at 8-9 on the year here at Sweetwater High School. It's the Tri-Counties Classic taking on Soddy Daisy. 1 game today, 2 more on Saturday. Sandwiched between, they'll have Smith County, the high school baseball game of the week presented by Mayberry's Furniture, coming up tomorrow as that one is popped up and out of play. And we'll do the full count again.
It's a good job by Shoup. He shortened the swing up. That may have been a ball, but it was way too close to take at 3-2. Stays alive, and that's what we wanted to see. More battles for the Bees.
Oh, yeah, one of those breaking balls kind of off the elbow that's breaking towards the zone. Here's the payoff again. That one misses outside. Ball 4, and Carson Shoup draws the 1-out walk and a base runner aboard for the Bees here in the 3rd.
That is a great at-bat for Carson Shoup and a great take on 3-2. You can't do anything with that pitch. All it's going to do is be off the end of the bat for a ground out, able to take it, get your base, set the table. Braden Green starting to find it, it feels like. Back up a little bit higher up in the order. Can you jumpstart a rally? Ton of baseball to go. Only down 1, but you'd love to get it back here in a hurry.
The one thing I don't like, these clouds are
yeah, I don't either.
Not looking
I'm
great.
choosing to ignore them.
We're going to check over to Carson Shoup over at first base as Braden Green steps in for the second time. RBI single, his first time up here in this cleanup spot now in the lineup. He'd been kind of at that bottom part, but he kept getting on base, so they move him up here. And obviously, he had the big double at Livingston Academy on Tuesdays. This one has popped up, and that one will also sail out of play behind the third base dugouts.
It's never a good combo when you see clouds and then the wind really starts gusting. That's just...
It had died off for a little while. Starting to pick back up again. Still blowing in from right, kind of towards that third base dugout.
There's a humongous hole between first and second.
Yeah, there is. Obviously holding on Shoup over at first base. Here's the 0-1 on the way. That one misses outside, and the count now 1-1.
And another, you could tell, we saw this with Livingston on Tuesday, trying to work away from these hitters, and that's, for the most part, what Cobb has tried to do, and good plate discipline for the last couple of Upperman hitters with Shoup and now Green.
So Green back in, 1 ball, 1 strike count, and 1 away. Shoup over at first. He drew the walk on a full count, a check over, and that is a nice job by the first baseman and Braden Shell to get up there and able to haul it in. Just kind of the cursory check over and almost threw it over his head.
I don't think Shoup's about to take off here, but they are.
He tried to steal third the other day.
That was delayed, though. This
is the 1-1. He does take off. It's almost a pitch out, a good throw down, and Shoup, did he evade the tag that time? They called him out. It sure looked like he kind of got over the tag, but they do call him out. Obviously, we can't see it, or at least I can't. And they do catch him stealing down to second base.
Yeah, and I think he missed the first one, but the slide was short, and then they bounced up into him before he was able to hit the bag, and shows you what I know. He did try to steal. It didn't work out.
So 2-1 now on Green, as that one did miss high and outside. And Cobb will deliver home. This one off the end of the bat, spins towards Maynor at short. He gloves and the throw. A little bit low, but a great pick by Shell. And it's a quick inning here in the top of 3 as the Bees go down in order as they catch him stealing on the base path as well. It is 2-1. Soddy Daisy coming back to the plate in the bottom of 3. You're watching Upperman Baseball presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Are you looking for the best dining experience in the Upper Cumberland? Visit Fire and Vine in Cookville's historic West Side. Fire and Vine offers great service and a unique menu, including mouth-watering deep dish pizza, delectable beef, chicken, fish, and more. Take in stunning views from the rooftop while enjoying your meal. Come and experience the charm and flavor of Fire and Vine, your new favorite spot for a memorable dining experience. Fire and Vine is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. The Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate proudly presents this brand new construction on the Caney Fork River in Sparta. This home sits on 1.6 acres with 190 feet of river frontage and boasts 2,300 square feet of living space with a spacious 2-car garage. Enjoy the river views from your beautiful expanded covered porch. For more information, visit chadandamycrouch.com or call 931-979-1191. The Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Trojans back to the plate here in the bottom of 3. They lead it 2-1. Braden Wolke still on the mound, and you mentioned that pitch count starting to creep up there a little bit. And the sun was trying to peek out for a little bit. The clouds have come back over here at Sweetwater High School in Sweetwater, Tennessee, Monroe County, just south of Loudon. As the Bees have gone east again, they'll go back west to Carthage tomorrow, and then back east here on Saturday.
You know what I really liked when went south? You know, further south than Hoover would be nice.
Yeah.
Next year, add a little Gulf Shores tournament or something in there. That's
we'll take it. It's warm today, though. I'll take as long as that rain holds off.
If the rain holds off, we're okay. If the rain doesn't hold off, we got big problems.
3, 4, and 5 due up here in the inning for the Trojans. Noah Berry, Easton Mulder, and Fisher Higgins in the inning for the Trojans. As that breaking ball misses above the head of Berry, who drove in a run with a single his first time up back in the first.
And it just hasn't been clean coming out in some of these breaking balls for Braden so far. He's trying to find that groove. Saw it yesterday with the A's against the Braves. Severino, he had 50 pitches through 2 innings, then locked it in, got through 4. Yeah, I think if you're Upperman here, can you get, as this one's fouled back and out of play, can you get 4 innings out of Wolke here and then 3 more out of or 2 out of a Hedrick, 1 out of a Shoup, something like that, and keep it relatively low scoring. You're going to need more runs anyway. I think you take that with how it started.
Just smells like rain.
Yeah, we're cooked. We are woefully unprepared for this one today. Woefully.
1-0 here.
Going to hear buzzing and electrocution sounds.
Sorry, 1-1 to Barry. Barry choking up here as he steps in, the 3-hole hitter today for the Trojans. The 1-1 on the way from Mulkey. And it misses outside with the fastball. On the count now, 2-1 on the right fielder.
This is a sweet facility.
It is.
And we saw the outside of the gym for basketball. It looks like a dome.
Yeah.
We need some Upper Cumberland teams to schedule Sweetwater
Absolutely.
so we can see what the inside of that thing looks like.
At least we assume it's the gym. I don't know
If
what
it's
else
not,
it
I
would
have
be.
no idea.
Mulkey going to step off here. Oh, just felt a sprinkle. We're in trouble.
What happens when a steak reaches 115 degrees? It's cooked.
2-1.
Cooked. Rotisserie chicken at Sam's Club. Cooked. That's what we are right now. Screwed.
It's not going to be a slow roast, though. It's going to be right
No,
away.
we are cooked.
3 balls and a strike. Yeah, it's the bottom of the third.
We are in need of a Mackie mixer. If anybody would
You know
like to
what?
donate.
All this stuff
to
might just be
replace-
going under the table right here. This one is ripped. Right side, Worsing trying to get over to it. Knocks it down. Throw to first.
Wow.
In time. Chris Worsing able to get over to it on the dive and make a good throw in the process. What an out for Chris Worsing.
Chris, that man, Worsing, that's a sensational play. Diving to his right, make a good throw from your knees back to your left. What a utility player that West Jenks has. He could play anywhere. Tomorrow he could start at shortstop. He could start at third. He could play first. He could pitch. Put him in the outfield. Just one of the premier players in Class 3A.
So Easton Mulder, the DH now, will step to the plate. He singled his first time, left stranded at second base. Great breaking ball across for a strike one to Braden Wolke. We'll see if that out kind of gets him going at the plate.
You know, sometimes you just need something to go your way. And if you're Wolke, have you had your best stuff? No. It's 2-1. You're very much in this contest. So just keep throwing, keep battling, find a way.
Here's the 0-1 pitch on the way. That one bounces in, and that'll be a ball to Mulder. Now 1-1.
You just think about, even in Upperman's recent history, pitchers who maybe haven't had their best stuff, but just battle through. Alec Wilson against Red Bank. You battle through. You find a way to give your team a shot. You don't have to have your best stuff. You just got to make some key pitches and trust your team around you.
That one going to be
Tough play.
in the air to left, giving chase in left and not able to get there. Takes a bounce towards the fence green, gets it in quickly, but it's going to be a stand-up double for Easton Mulder, who just sent it up into the jet stream, and it caught the wind and went for a ride. Almost a one bouncer to the fence green, was able to cut it off, but it is a one-out double for Easton Mulder, and Fisher Higgins will step to the plate now for the Trojans.
Yeah, on a normal day, I think that's probably an out, but it just went the exact opposite direction that Braden Green needed it to go. He had a good jump on it in left. He got to it quickly, but it just kept tailing away and took any shot at a catch away. He fielded it cleanly, though. Gets a quick throw in, hold it to 2. But now you got to battle again if you're Wolke on the mound.
So another runner in scoring position for the Trojans. They've been able to play 1 run in the first, 1 run in the second. 1 out here in the third. First pitch swinging is Higgins. He fouls that one off, and it's 0-1.
Yeah, I love that pitch for Braden Wolke. An attack fastball in on the hands. Show him that you're still here to throw.
Wolke now working out of the stretch with a runner at second base and Mulder. Higgins at the plate, 1 for 1 with a single back in the first. And the 0-1 on the way from Wolke. That one bounces down low. Good job by Huddleston. Keeps it in front right at the plate. And keeps the runner at bay at second base and Mulder.
Denton Huddleston has saved some stuff in this game so far.
Yeah, just another one of those freshmen for this B squad. A lot of talented freshmen, a lot of talented sophomores. They got some more young guns on the way as well.
Yeah, that 8th grade team, middle school team,
Still pretty good.
But they were great last year. You see a lot of those players here. They're really good again.
Here's the 1-1. That one right down Broadway for strike 2 to Higgins.
Yeah, I really like, listen, if they hit it, they hit it. The breaking ball just has not been there for Brayton. You got to throw every once in a while, but I really like him leaning onto this fastball as he tries to extend this outing.
He's got a 1-2 count here with 1 away. Romano on deck. Wolke will peek back to second. Mulder leaning back. He'll step off as nobody holds him on and just make sure he's not taking off. We've already seen Denton Huddleston throw 1 guy out to end the inning back in the second over at third base.
Threw another guy out back in the first inning as well.
Yep. Couple of caught stealings already. They've been very aggressive on the base path as well. They've had a few stolen bases out there. And the 1-2. One bounces down low. Huddleston keeps it in front, gets to it quickly, throw down to third. Not going to be in time. Good jump that time by Mulder, who does take advantage as it just gets away enough from Huddleston.
That was an incredibly aggressive decision, and it almost backfired. Couldn't quite uncork it down to third for Hedrick, as we'll have time called and a trip out.
Sounds like they're struggling with the signs out there.
And there's a little frustration. Something.
Oh, they had the weight down on the turf. But Coach Farley not too happy about the visit there for Wolke and Huddleston as well. And obviously, you get so many visits. Supposed to, at least.
I think that may have been an official warning. Just put into the book. Whatever that was over there on deck with the weight.
Well, it's still a 2-2 count here to Higgins. He's got a runner on third now, and Mulder was able to take advantage. And Wolke will deliver home. That one swung on and fouled up and out of play. And yet another one that is sent out of play. I don't know how they're keeping track of these baseballs.
That light almost got shattered.
We've seen it before.
Was very close. There's no pterodactyl nest today.
Saw it at Green Hill.
That was crazy.
Just, obliterated it. 2-2. Wolke delivers.
Yep.
Called strike 3, and they're going to tag him, so it'll be the strikeout for Braden Wolke. A little less emphasis there. It kind of pops out of the glove, but it is strike 3 in the second out of the inning.
Yeah, that's a really good job by Wolke. He's battling. He gets his second punch out. See if you can strand that runner at third, get some momentum. Even if he scores, you're fine. It's a 2-1 ball game. Not an unhittable guy on the other side. You got a chance. Just got to keep playing.
Romano grounded out to Wolke on the mound in the bottom of the first. There's a good breaking ball across. That one all the way across the zone and able to get it in there for a strike to start it off to Romano with 2 away here in the bottom of 3.
Yeah, and it's a little bit slower than the last ones have been, but had way more movement, and that's where the value comes in with that breaking ball.
Runner on third for the Trojans. Wolke works out of the windup and delivers. Great block by Huddleston. Literally just had a dive after it to keep it in front and not allowed to go to the backstop on the breaking ball that time. Now 1-1.
Yeah, this next pitch for Wolke, 70. So can he get through this inning and then one more? I think it sets you up to have an opportunity to win this game.
The 1-1. Pass ball, called strike on the outside corner, 1-2.
Yeah, that's a really good pitch. That fastball's been pretty good, especially in this inning from Braden Wolke.
1 ball, 2 strike count here to Romano at the plate, the catcher for the Trojans with a runner on third. He doubled his way aboard and then took advantage. Is this breaking ball just a bit up? It misses for ball 2.
That's what it definitely was a ball, but you're thinking, I'm kind of struggling. Can I just get that one?
Still okay at 2-2 with 2 gone. Wolke trying to get through 3. Huddleston ready to go. Wolke ready to go and delivers home the 2-2 pitch. Wave and a miss. Strike 3 as Wolke's able to strand the runner at third. It's still 2-1. We're through 3 at Sweetwater as Upperman takes on Soddy Daisy. It's presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
The Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate proudly presents this brand new construction on the Caney Fork River in Sparta. This home sits on 1.6 acres with 190 feet of river frontage and boasts 2,300 square feet of living space with a spacious 2-car garage. Enjoy the river views from your beautiful expanded covered porch. For more information, visit chadandamycrouch.com or call 931-979-1191. The Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Turfmasters Landscape Management has been serving the Upper Cumberland since 1996. They offer a variety of services, including lawn maintenance, landscape design and installation, landscape lighting, irrigation systems, and more. They also provide snow and ice removal during the cold winter months. For more information, contact Matt Wilson at 931-261-1587 today. Turfmasters Landscape Management is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
A nice job by Brayden Wolke to get through that bottom of the third. Strands a runner over at third. Gets a couple of strikeouts in the process as well. Still a 2-1 ball game as we begin at the top of the fourth. It's 5, 6, and 7 due up for the Bees. Denton Huddleston, Sawyer Brown, and Brayden Wolke. I don't know what the music is right now. It's kind of like elevator music going on.
This is fine. That cricket sound was funny for 10 seconds. 3 minutes later, it needed to end. That was crazy.
Denton Huddleston will lead it off. He struck out to end the first inning his first time up.
This is fine.
Just a little smooth
Not
jazz.
hype music, just a little.
Just keep this going the whole time.
You know, go to a nice Italian restaurant, get a little spaghetti, a little mozzarella, just.
Take some of that. Think the concession stand has
Diet Coke, just. Do I think they have spaghetti and mott sticks? I don't think I'd be trying it if they did, because no way that's up to snuff.
Cobb still on the mound to start off here in the fourth, and that Bees dugout starting to make a little bit of noise here in this fourth inning. They've been in some close games here in these last few. Really 4 in a row. Win against Trousdale County, loss against Strasburg Franklin, then wins against Livingston Monday and Tuesday as Huddleston calls time and steps out.
It's a great job. He timed it up perfectly. Just before pitcher went into his motion, he took too long. Boom, call time, reset things.
And the 1-0 delivery. That one misses low. 2 balls and no strikes here to Denton Huddleston.
One thing that's impressing me about this Upperman team this year is they just kind of find ways to hang around. When it's not going great, they're still battling.
One hit, right side, second baseman charging on, kind of fields it awkwardly, able to get the throw in a seated position, and Denton Huddleston grounds out to open up the fourth.
But they just find a way, even against teams that are, Friendship Christian to open the year, teams that are really solid, they're hanging around, and with a team this young, finding a way to be in games, the next step, finding a way to win more of those games. They've done that the last week and a half or so, and this is going to be another one in that list. Can they find a way to pull one out where maybe they haven't had their best stuff through 3 innings?
Ty Hitchcox makes the play at second base after he kind of slipped up with the turf shoes. Sawyer Brown at the plate. That breaking ball across misses for ball 1 to Brown, who struck out to open up the second inning his first time up. And a 1-0 count to him here. Cobb, the 1-0. Another breaking ball, misses high and inside. It's 2-0.
Somebody from the dugout just called him Saw Dog, and that is a thing that will not be said on air because that's incredible.
It's pretty good.
Here we go, Saw Dog.
2-0 misses, and it's 3-0 here to Brown.
Yeah, J-Dog, come on.
I don't know if that works as
We've
well.
got Randy says, what is it, Dr. J? Professor
Yeah,
McKay?
that's right. The 3-0 misses outside. It's a 4-pitch walk issued to Sawyer Brown. And the second walk of the game issued by Cobb, and a base runner aboard for Brayden Wolke.
Cameron, you think J-Dog fits? I think J-Dog. He likes J-Dog. We're going to go with J-Dog. There we go.
It's the first visit to the mound for Soddy Daisy here in the ball game so far. We have officially reached the point of going off the rails.
Well, I'm doing color.
In
so
the
that's
top of the fourth. We have big things happen, like the Chris Worsing play, where we go off the rails and we lock it back in. That's the sign of a good broadcast.
But it's baseball. So
exactly.
Now, I will get on my soapbox for a sec. Kansas City Royals.
Oh.
We got to make a change when it comes to the play-by-play. They got a young guy in the booth who's really solid.
They got a tenured guy.
And I'm sure he's like a legend.
I guarantee.
Buddy, it's like he's talking with mud in his mouth.
Tremendous.
It is really bad. It's time to make a change. Now, nobody here cares. Rusty may be watching at some point. He agrees. I texted him about it. It's bad. We got to make a change.
Well, Brown, the runner over at first after the walk issued to him, and Brayden Wolke will step in. That pitch will miss a little bit high after the mound visit. And Denton Huddleston, he swung in one, so it technically was a strike, but everything else that he has thrown in Cobb this inning has been a ball. And this one swung on, be popped up and out of play, and it's 1-1 here to Brayden Wolke.
And that's one of the interesting things this time of year, especially when you get into these kind of weekend dates where you have 4 games in 3 days. All these staffs are in different places when it comes to how many arms they have available. And both teams went through important district series earlier on this week. And as time's called, and
you know
Wolke
why?
and Coach Shanks are
Because exactly what I just said. He hadn't thrown a strike all inning, and then he swings at that one on a 1-0 pitch.
It's a fantastic point. But so you got guys, what is the depth like behind your third guy? And both these teams have their third guy on the mound. I think both teams would like to find out by getting into that bullpen sooner rather than later.
So Brown over at first, and a 1-1 count here to Brayden Wolke at the plate. Grounded out to short his first time, and Brayden Maynor over there at that shortstop position.
The only thing I'll give Braden is I do think that was a strike that he swung at on the last pitch.
Yeah, that's super fair. There's a 1-1 count with one away. Cobb will come set and deliver that one behind the head. Come set is generous.
It almost clipped the bat. It's very close to a ball.
It's not really coming set.
It is very close to a balk. You are spot on. It is not a full second. That time he did all right.
That was much better. This one swung on, kind of flared out, and that'll sail out of play. And count now 2-2 on Wilkie at the plate.
He's got kind of that 3-tap where he comes back
right,
in.
Yeah.
So that last tap, is that a set or is that as part of one continuous motion?
You got to be.
The line can blur a little bit.
You got to be stuck for that full second. Brown over at first. He drew the 4-pitch walk. Now Wilkie with a 2-2 count. One away in the inning. He's trailing 2-1 here in the top of 4. The 2-2 misses for ball 3.
Big moment here. Can you become the second base runner, set the table, get something rolling here?
Well, and you got Jackson Green coming up, who's been swinging it well. He singled his first time up. Payoff. Misses ball 4. Back-to-back walks issued by Cobb on the mound, and there's 2 base runners aboard for the Bees.
There is action in the Soddy Daisy bullpen over to our right. And it looks like there's some urgency as one of the coaches just went down and had a word. And here comes Rylan Case to run.
So Rylan Case will come on to run for Braden Wilkie, the courtesy runner for the pitcher.
Has a mane of hair. Man. It's that Jacob Vincent hair.
Yeah, I probably should chop it at some point. It's getting pretty long. I don't know if it's goose long yet.
Yeah, that was impossible.
It's pretty hard to get there. Runners on first and second here for the Bees with a 1 away. Jackson Green is to the plate. He's 1 for 1 with a single. First pitch into him from Cobb is called strike. 0-1.
Yeah, back-to-back walks, though. You're going to make him throw you a strike.
Well, and he missed the spot. He was set up outside, kind of came across the inside part of the plate. Step off, make sure Case is back on over at first. Brown never moved at second. This is the shortstop and Maynard kind of creeping in a little bit behind him, but not really holding him on. And the 0-1. That one misses outside, gets away as well. Brown a late break, but he's able to dive in safely. And now runners on second and third for the Bees.
Yeah, now it's go time. Big opportunity with just 1 out. You take the standard double play off the board, and the approach changes. If you're Jackson Green, you want to tie this game any way you can. Get it up into the air as deep as you can. You'd love a base hit, but got to cash in trailing by 1 at this point in the game.
It's a huge opportunity for the Bees. Down 2-1. Braden Wilkie has just been absolutely grinding on the mound, and they'll take their time, just get a little bit more time for that guy in the bullpen to warm up as well. A 1-1 count, a Jackson Green at the plate, and we'll see if it's just another conversation before making a possible change. They mentioned that guy in the bullpen warming up, and it's just warming up right now. I haven't really gotten into the full pitches just yet. So everybody having some conversations. The Bees will come over to third base, have some conversations. They are going to make a change, so we'll be called to the bullpen, and we'll be back after this. You're watching Upperman Baseball presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Watson Chevy UCR Media.
Looking for weekend lunch and dinner plans? Since 1971, Nick's Restaurant has been locally owned and operated. From mouth-watering prime rib to delectable ice cream pie, Nick's has it all. Their cozy atmosphere and great service will make you feel right at home. Plus, their banquet space is perfect for any event. Visit them at 895 South Jefferson Avenue or online at nickscookville.com. Nick's Restaurant is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Tee-Up is the Upper Cumberland's best indoor golfing experience. With 3 state-of-the-art golf simulators, you can work on some of the world's best courses, all in the comfort of their climate-controlled facility. Want to know where you can improve? See everything from club speed to spin rate in seconds. They also have plenty of other games to enjoy time with friends. Conveniently located at 141 4th Street in Baxter. Stop in. Visit them online at teeupgolfclub.com or call them at 931-559-GOLF to reserve your simulator today. Tee-Up is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. The Real Estate Collective is a team of experienced, licensed real estate agents serving the entire Upper Cumberland region. Whether you are looking to buy or sell, the RICO team is ready to serve you. With a focus on people over profits, you can rest assured the Real Estate Collective can help make your real estate dreams a reality. Call 931-559-9500 for more information or see their current listings at letsgorico.com. The Real Estate Collective is proud to support student athletes in our area and this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
That's a call to the bullpen for the Soddy Daisy Trojans as Brock Cobb will head to the dugout and Evan Buderek will take the mound for the Trojans against Jackson Green with a 1-1 count and one away here in the top of 4. Runners on second and third and a big opportunity for the Bees.
It is last time out for Buderek. It was against Independence back on Saturday in a 9-5 win for Soddy Daisy. Came in relief through 1 inning, 2 hits, no runs, 1 walk, no strikeouts, but 19 pitches, just 9 of them strikes. We saw him mix up several pitches in warm-ups, and none of them were in the zone. So see if that continues or not for an Upperman team trying to cash in here in a big spot. A 1-1 count, also a weird place to check in the middle of a count for a pitcher.
Jackson Green already 1 single to his name. He would love to find another one right here. Something in the gap would be big. He shows bunt. He pops it up and is going to go foul. They had the squeeze play on again. They've run that a few times this season. It has worked once. And that time it goes foul, and it will just be strike 2 on Jackson Green.
And not just the squeeze, the suicide squeeze.
Yeah.
Straight up, runners going. It's going to be a double play or it's going to be a run. Option number 3, a foul ball. That's what they just had barely.
And they were lucky to get the foul ball as well.
And Cobb at 54 pitches. They keep him under 55. That's why he checks out in the middle of a count.
So a 1-2 count here to Green with runners on second and third after the foul bunt. And 1 away. Green waves and misses. It's a strikeout to Jackson Green, and a good start for Evan Buderek on the mound.
Yeah, that's a big-time pitch. Fastball on the outside corner, get the wave and miss, and it was just a late decision for Green. It just seems like there's a little more pop velocity-wise. It hasn't been more.
About 77.
That one was just 73, but it seems a little bit faster coming out of his hands.
Buderek delivers. That one misses inside. Good stop behind the plate as well by Romano to keep it in front. Brown over at third had a good eye on it. And the count goes to 1-0 on Andrew Hedrick, who was able to rip a single his first time up out to right field.
And if he can get it down the line, there's a lot of space out there. Certainly could score them both. Big moment.
Buderek delivers. Hedrick watches. It's a called strike on the outside corner, and the count evened up at 1-1 with 2 away here in the top of 4. Runners on second and third for the Bees. Their first real chance to kind of threaten to get back into the lead since that first inning.
There's absolutely nothing Hedrick can do with that pitch. If it's a strike, you got to just take it.
The 1-1. This is low. 2 balls and a strike.
Man, he's been leaning on that outside corner. Got the call that time. That time was a little bit too low, though. And that one was 77.
2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. The Bees trying to cash in here in the 4th. Had 2 runners on second and third with 1 away. Now 2 outs in the inning. Hedrick at the plate with a 2-1. Buderek delivers home. Swung on right side. And it is knocked down. Not going to be able to cover the bag. Everybody is safe. 1 run scores. Here comes another. And there goes Hedrick up to second base in the process. He will slide in safely. How about that? 2 runs across. And 2 bases for Andrew Hedrick in the process with 2 outs here in the top of 4.
That is a great job of base running by these Upperman Bees. Hedrick did the job. Just get it somewhere where it's tough to make a play. No option for Sweetwater or for Soddy to make a play here at Sweetwater. Definitely an RBI single, and then just getting and running on the throw. That's heads up by the third base coach, Wes Shanks, to send him. And then Hedrick again, the throw gets away, so you advance over 90 feet, and just like that, you lead. They've been hanging around. Now they're looking for more.
So they're able to take advantage. It was just hit again in the perfect spot there on the right side of the infield. First baseman couldn't get to it. Second baseman got to it, but nobody was covering the bag, and you had the speedy Hedrick down the line. Heads up base running by everybody on the base paths. Still 2 outs in the inning, but it's back to the top of the lineup for Dawson Mullins. 0 for 2 with a couple of ground outs to the second baseman today. Love to change that trend with Hedrick at second base. That one bounces, gets to the backstop, and Hedrick will take third.
That was one of the better pure baseball plays Upperman's had this season from all the way around. Just put it in play, reach first, and then alert, intelligent baseball by all 3 Bs that were on the diamond. That was really well done.
Ken Romano kind of talking to his pitcher and Buderek on the mound saying, calm down. He just needs the 1 out to get out of the inning in a 1-run ball game. The Bees, though, have retaken the lead at 3-2 and have a runner at third. Budrek will deliver the 1-0, and that one's across for strike one. He needed that one.
And this is a Soddy offense that's been all over the base paths already. We've talked about wanting to get into the bullpens. Upperman does that first, but pitch count way up for Wolke, so bullpens are coming. You need space with a runner at third trying to capitalize.
The 1-1. Breaking ball, dips in, called strike. And it's 1-2 on Mullins.
That one was maybe an inch away from hitting Mullins and then dipped back with a ton of action on it. That was a crazy pitch.
Well, Budrek goes from 77 on the fastball and can dip it all the way down. That one was 60 miles an hour. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Waved at and missed. It's strike three. Budrek able to work his way back into it, but the Bees strike for two. They lead 3-2. We go to the bottom of four. You're watching Upperman Baseball, presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Gentry's Power Equipment is proud to be the presenting sponsor of Upperman Athletics on UCR.
Located at 755 Buffalo Valley Road in Cookeville, Gentry's Power Equipment is your local steel dealer with a huge selection of outdoor power equipment, including chainsaws, blowers, trimmers, mowers, pressure washers, and more. They are your local one-stop shop for high-quality equipment. Locally owned and operated, Gentry's Power Equipment is proud to support Upperman Athletics and UCR.
Loading the kids in the car, brokering peace in the back seat, mastering the snack handoff without even looking. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple, so you can worry about more important things, like figuring out what's growing in that cup holder. That's simple human sense.
Visit swallowsinsurance.com or call us today, 931-526-4025. Protecting your future, it's what we do.
It's a 3-2 lead for the Upperman Bees here at Sweetwater High School. Just interesting music being played. Right now, it's fine.
Fishy on Me by Tico. And that is a thing. It's his. Okay, so on X, it's Hi, I Make Videos, 7 million on YouTube.
Does this mean we're old?
Well, we've known that. That song sucks. I don't care how old you are. That song sucks.
7-8-9-2 up for the Trojans.
Fish streaming everywhere. It's a bunch of Fortnite stuff, which I'm familiar with that. What happened to the game I love?
Brain Wolke still on the mound for the Bees as Brain Shell steps in. That one misses inside 1-0 to Shell, who flew out to right his first time up. He's 0 for 1.
And the song Summoned the Rain, like a Indian rain dance. The song played, and here came the rain. Just incredible.
It's a called strike, 1-1.
We must reverse the curse. I don't know what they got to play, but something's got to change this, or else we're cooked again.
Wolke the 1-1, breaking ball fouled back.
And I say that kind of metaphorically or jokingly, but
we're gonna lose our scorebook here.
But we've got a bunch of electronics, and we're sitting on metal bleachers with rain, so we may actually be cooked. It's
just the Jack Reed doesn't have a whole lot of juice, right?
Fishy on me.
1-2 on the way. Ground ball left side Mullins. Backhands the throw to first a little bit high, and Shoop unable to bring it down. And so Shell able to reach base safely. And it'll be an E6 to start off the inning here at the bottom of 4.
Yeah, the twists and turns of this game are not done. That's a tough play to make, but a throw you definitely want to have if you're the Bees. And neither one of these two teams is going quietly. There's been way too much traffic on the base paths both ways. We've got some fireworks left in us this afternoon.
So Shell able to reach on the error to open up the bottom of the 4th after the Bees take the lead with 2 runs across in the top of 4. Coming to the plate now will be Maddox Eversole, the third baseman. His first time up, reached on a single. He came around to score the second run of the game for the Trojans. Wolke delivers, great pitch across. It's strike one.
I'm so mad right now.
This rain's cold.
That song is in my head. I'm so mad.
You're gonna be the human shield for our
this is
mixer.
Captain America shield right here. If it's me, I've got enough size.
We put the table on top over here or something. That one misses upstairs, and the count now 1-1 on Eversole at the plate.
Just take your pick of what the count is at the scoreboard.
It's not 2-2. We got it down here on our scorebook. It's 1-1. We're paying attention, trying to keep it dry. That rain is cold, by the way. 1-1 on the way. That one dips outside. Huddleston
Yep.
able to pick it, throws behind the runner, and Troop just doing enough to stay in front. Didn't have a great throw on it at Huddleston, and Shell was able to get back in safely. Count now 2-1. Those are big raindrops.
We are screwed.
This is not good. Here, let's throw a backpack on top of there, see what that does.
That way. Give me this here.
Was it called strike?
Do this
The count now 2-2.
this way. God.
The Jackery is screwed.
No. No.
The 2-2 pitch swung on, fouled off. I mean, these are the biggest raindrops of all time.
This is insane.
This is unbelievable.
This is genetically modified
it's
rain.
not even raining that hard. They're just raindrops the size of golf balls. Might be a bit hyperbole,
That was
but
a bit. Golf ball size rain. I read about that in Revelation.
well, we got more things to worry about than electronics. Still 2-2 here to the batter in Eversole. Wolke delivers home, misses outside, and the count runs full. Oh, and of course it stops raining after we get everything covered. Table's done for, though. Can't use that anymore. Gonna soak through the scorebook. It's a full count. We're keeping track still. Wolke delivers home and fouled off. Been a lot of those this afternoon. Technically this evening now, I guess. You can't do it.
What? I didn't do anything.
Runner on first for the Trojans. The payoff. Misses for ball 4, and the first two base runners have reached for the Trojans here in the bottom of 4.
Think you may be tempted to make a move here if you're Wes Shanks. Now that you have the lead, you really don't want to surrender it immediately.
Looks like the Trojans are going to make a change on the base paths as well. So they bring a runner on, and they're going to bring a runner on for Braden Shell at second base. And Coach Farley will respond with a visit to the mound for the Bees as well. Nobody out here in the bottom of 4, and runners on first and second. Obviously, just took the lead. Don't want to surrender it right away. And you mentioned how both teams, they've had action on the base paths pretty much all game long, so it felt like it was going to be a back-and-forth affair, albeit a low-scoring affair right now.
Yeah, if you just took the scoreboard off and you watched how these innings have gone, you'd think it's probably, 5 to 6 or something in that range. It's not, because they've been able to work around a lot of trouble, and I think a big part of it is despite everything that's happened, there haven't been many barreled up baseballs in this game, just a couple each way. It's been a lot of weakly rolled grounders and things like that. So both these teams have had a hunkering in battle. We've seen Soddy Daisy go to the bullpen. Upperman capitalized on it. At a certain point, they're going to be forced into the bullpen because that pitch count is way up for Braden Wolke, but got to hunker down, find a way to get in out any way you can. Certainly be alert for action on the base path. Soddy Daisy, they've been caught stealing twice, but that hasn't deterred them. They've been very aggressive trying to snag bags, so I would expect that to continue here.
So everybody good with their visits. They get the runner on as well for Soddy Daisy. A little bit more speed there at second base. Coach Farley will make his way off, and the Bees make their way back into their positions. Big spot here in this game at the bottom of the 4th with nobody out and runners on first and second for Soddy Daisy. Still Wolke on the mound, taking on the 9 batter in the lineup in Ty Hitchcocks. Turns to show bunts early. Delivers home outside, ball 1. It was nice of that rain to just really make it annoying for about 4 seconds. It's completely dry now, by the way. Hitchcocks turns. And the 1-0. Bunted, good one. Back up the middle. Wolke turns to first. The throw offline. It goes towards the fence. Run trying to score. Throw comes in, not in time. Huddleston knocks it down, and there's runners on second and third, and we are tied at 3.
It's a pretty good bunt, but that is 2 errors in the inning on Upperman. And this should be a runner at second with 2 outs. And instead, it's now a tie game, runners at second and third with nobody out, and it's going to be time for a change for Wes Shanks.
Yeah, run across error, walk error so far in the inning, and it will be a change on the mound for the Upperman Bees, so we'll step aside. A call to the bullpen as you watch Upperman Baseball presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Mayberry's Furniture has been family-owned and operated since 1946 and is now serving the Upper Cumberland with locations in both Crossville and Cookeville, offering the largest array of solid wood furniture and mattresses in the area. They also provide a best price guarantee and in-house service and delivery. Stop into their 15,000 square foot showroom at 1020 South Willow Avenue in Cookeville to see their selection of Amish solid wood, flex steel, Tempur-Pedic, Sealy Posturepedic, and much more today. Mayberry's Furniture is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the high school football game of the week on the UCR Media Network.
Let the bidding begin. It's time for the show, and you know it's gonna go high. There's a buzz in the air, and people come from everywhere to hear the auctioneer cry. The sound of the gavel never gets old when you hear an EJ say so. Live or online, we handle auctions of any kind.
Call Aminette's Eagle Auction at 526-5335, where we soar higher.
Livingston Regional Hospital is Livingston's hometown hospital. Located at 315 Oak Street, Livingston Regional Hospital provides compassionate quality care for all patients from local people you can trust, so you can count on them to treat you like family. Their excellent staff offers years of experience and training to meet the needs of all patients. They understand the importance of providing care in a professional and comforting manner. They're proud to partner with Livingston Academy Athletics through the LRH Sports Medicine team. Livingston Regional Hospital is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
So it's a call to the bullpen for the Upperman Bees. Carson Shoup will come on in relief of Braden Wolke on the mound here at the bottom of 4, and we are tied at 3. Nobody out here at the bottom of 4, and there's runners on second and third for Soddy Daisy, and all kinds of changes in the field as well. Braden Wolke goes into right field. Jackson West is out in left field. In the infield at third base now is Jackson Green. At first base is Chris Wersing, and Andrew Hedrick goes to second base. So the only people that have not moved are Dawson Mullins, Den Huddleston, and Dalton Mathis in center field. Everybody else has changed positions so far today. First pitch, and that's a good pitch across for Shoup. As they showed bunts in the form of Gabe Ferguson, he pulled it back. It was a called strike, and it's 0-1.
Yeah, and Upperman needs to just pound the strike zone here. Just be in the zone, make them put it in play, and then trust your defense around you.
So an 0-1 count here with the runners on second and third.
But then the defense has to make plays. 2 errors in this inning have been huge.
That one behind Huddleston, able to make the grab, and the count now 1-1. And you can see that action from Shoup. They've tried to get him to kind of take what rookie Allison was doing a year ago with kind of that sidearm action. Coming in relief, just gives that different angle and that different look on the mound. There's the 1-1 on the way. That one just misses outside. 2 balls and 1 strike now to Gabe Ferguson, the leadoff batter in the lineup. He's been aboard once, drew a walk back in the second, flew out to center. His first time up.
Yeah, you made the pitches you needed to make against the lower half of the order, and they capitalized on your errors as that one's waved out and missed for a big strike 2. But as a result, you're going to have to maybe play a little bit above your head against the top of the order in order to limit the damage that's already across.
You got a little bit of help there. Now 2-2 to Ferguson at the plate, the leadoff man in the lineup for the Trojans. And the 2-2 pitch misses outside. The count runs full. First base is open with nobody out here in the bottom of 4. Rather not give it up. Runners at second and third for Soddy Daisy. Here is the payoff. It misses upstairs. It is a walk issued to Gabe Ferguson, and the bases are loaded for Braden Maynor.
Yeah, you just knew this was a game. The fireworks were going to continue. And again, Coach Farley, he's trying to get those mechanics coached up from the dugout.
So Maynor will now step in, drew a walk in the first. He scored the first run of the game. I don't know. What did he do in the second?
It's an RBI single.
It's an RBI single. I do see the single now. There's a called strike on the outside corner, able to get ahead 0-1.
You know those little things on top? You can circle and they say what they did.
Yeah, no, I see that now.
Yeah.
I was trying to figure out what was
RBI?
what that
RBI. You know?
hieroglyphics was.
Don't even try to come back at me with my own joke. Come on. Get creative. You're better than that.
Different language then. This one, I guess that's the same thing. That one fouled up and out of play, and the count now 0-2.
In baseball, there's a thing called runs batted in.
So
it's an RBI.
Yes.
I know you're a Reds fan, so you don't see many of those. But
see, no, that you can see it easily.
No, I disagree
RBI, you
strongly
circle it.
because I got to look down in
Easy
the
to
corner.
see.
It's a whole thing.
Here's the 0-2 on the way from Shoop. That one misses outside. Good spot for it, though, against the second batter of the lineup in Manor. Now the count 1-2 with nobody out and the bases loaded. And at the bottom of 4, already 1 run across for the Trojans. They've had 1 run in each of the last 3 innings. 1-2, swung on, fouled off, tried again. There's about 50 baseballs in that exact spot right there beyond the fence. Just need to leave a foul ball retriever back there.
This game is going to last 3 hours.
I wonder if there's a time limit. There's the 1-2 fouled off again. Obviously, we had the time limit last week at Gibbs and Fulton, just an hour and 50 minutes. If it is, we're going to come upon it pretty quickly.
There's not another game after, so I doubt that there is, but maybe there is.
Still 1-2 count here to Manor. And the delivery, breaking ball back up the middle and through. The infield was in, no chance for Mullins. To it quickly, and the throw in. It scores the run. It's an RBI single yet again for Braden Manor, and Soddy Daisy back on top by a run.
Manor's having himself a day and just flicks it over into left, and they've just put everything in place. Soddy Daisy has not gone quietly, just a couple of punch-out victims so far. 3 strikeouts for them as a team, but everything has been in play. Upperman's made a couple of mistakes defensively, and when you do that, you leave the door open. Now you can have a huge inning on the other side. Still nobody out.
2 runs across, still bases loaded, and nobody out, as now stepping to is Noah Berry. He grounded out to Chris Worsing on just a great play back in the 3rd inning to open it up. Shoop starts it off with the strike, and it's 0-1. He was ahead 1-2 on Manor, and 0-1 here on Berry, the right fielder. Shoop ready and delivers. Called strike in the outside corner, 0-2.
Thank you very much.
A little bit of action, we'll call it. Started middle part, broke out.
Love it.
Sure. There's the 0-2. Waved at and missed. A big first strikeout for Carson Shoop in the first out of the inning here in the 4th.
That's 3 big pitches for Carson Shoop. You get that first one was a great pitch. The second one, borderline, but you get the call, so you go right back to that spot with the fastball, get called or get the swing and the miss for strike 3. Now you're alive in the inning. Can you limit the damage to just 2?
So Easton Mulder now steps 2. He's 2 for 2 with a single and a double so far, stranded both times in the 1st and the 3rd. He's got bases loaded and 1 out here in the bottom of 4, and already 2 runs across for the Trojans. That one bounces, gets to the backstop. Huddleston cannot get to it in time. Another run across, and everybody else advances 1 bag.
And Soddy Daisy, they've been uber aggressive on the base pass, and that was plenty deep enough to score the run. No question they were going to send him. And this is just limiting the damage as much as you can. Again, and there may be another game after this. They've gifted a few things.
Team rolling in right now.
But Upperman has gifted a few things to the opponent, and they are capitalizing on it right now.
It's a 1-0 count here to Mulder as Shoop works out of the windup and delivers home, and he hit him. First base was open, and so it's going to load the bases again. Coach Shanks will make his way out to the foul ball. We'll see if there will be a visit as well with 1 gone in the bottom of 4. No, just going to get the foul ball for right now. So another base runner aboard on the hit by pitch. And Fisher Higgins now will step to the plate. Struck out looking his last time. He singled back in the 1st. He's 1 for 2. And a big opportunity here for the left fielder. This one swung on and out of play.
The only good thing about that is you put the double play back on the board. So your middle infield goes to double play depth. They can turn something. It limits it to a 5-3 game, and certainly the opportunity for a couple more runs for Upperman are on the board.
You've got Dawson Mullins at short. You've got Andrew Hedrick at second. The 0-1 on the way. That one hit him again. Back-to-back hit batters caught him in the foot that time. That time it's going to score a run.
And just Wes Shanks is going to come out and have a word. He may make a change here. Wouldn't surprise me. The game now teeters in the balance. You've given up 4 in this half inning. You're down 3. Very easily could get away from you in a hurry. So
there's only been 1 base hit in the inning so far. It started off with an error, a walk, an error, another walk, and then a base hit, and it will be another call to the bullpen. So we'll step aside. You're watching Upperman Baseball, presented by Gentry's Power Equipment.
Watson Chevrolet is proud to present the area's best selection of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. Watson Chevy's staff of experts are ready to get you into your next vehicle with unmatched service and knowledge. Stop in at 2350 Cookeville Highway and get your vehicle serviced by their highly trained professionals. Right now, you can save money on oil changes, regular maintenance, and battery installation. And remember, don't buy till you see Jason Fye. Watson Chevy is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the UCR Media Network.
At the Quality family, we believe care isn't just a service, it's a promise.
Whether you're bouncing back from surgery, navigating a serious illness, or need essential equipment to stay independent,
We provide skilled home health, compassionate hospice, and reliable DME services right where you need them most. At home.
Covering communities in Kentucky and Tennessee, we're in your corner.
The Quality family. Trusted care right where life happens.
Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to support student athletes and athletic departments throughout the Upper Cumberland. They are also proud to sponsor Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing's Player of the Game on this broadcast. From trophies to t-shirts, they can do it all. Be sure to stop by and see them at 120 Circle Drive in Allgood or give them a call at 931-537-9559. Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing, proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Second reliever in the inning for the Bees. 4 runs have come across for Soddy Daisy here in the bottom of 4. They lead 6-3 and still just 1 out in the inning. It's now Andrew Hedrick's turn on the mound, so that means the defense going to change up again, and they just kind of shift on that right side of the infield. Shoop over to first, Worsing to second, and Hedrick now on the mound. Left side of the infield stays the same. Outfield remains the same as well, with Denton Huddleston behind the plate, and Hedrick has been fairly solid. He came on in relief on Saturday against Strasburg Franklin, had a couple of nice innings there, and going to need a couple of outs here to try to stop the bleeding so far, with already 4 runs across and still threatening here in the bottom of 4 for Soddy Daisy.
This game is not over in a 3-run ball game with still 3 frames to go, but it can get away from you in a hurry with the bases loaded. And these are the ones that are tough because it really hasn't been much that Soddy Daisy's done. It's been the self-inflicted wounds for the Bees, so got to control those, limit those, and if they beat you because they make good plays, then so be it, but that's not been the case.
And Romano steps to that first pitch, a called strike from Hedrick across 0-1. Romano is the only Trojan that has not reached today. A ground out to Wilkie in the first, a strikeout in the third. He's got bases loaded and 1 out here in the bottom of 4, and already 4 to cross for the Trojans. Hedrick's 0-1 pitch swung on, popped up right side and out of play, and Hedrick goes ahead 0-2.
And just got to attack these hitters at this point. There hasn't been a ton of barreled-up baseballs, but Soddy has battled so well, you got to challenge him a little bit with these 2-strike counts.
And there is another game coming up. The Upperman Bees JV will be playing South Gibson after this. There's the 0-2 pitch. That one misses outside, and the count now 1 ball and 2 strikes on Romano, the catcher.
South Gibson. Not South
That's
Doyle?
definitely not South Gibson.
No, it's definitely not South Gibson.
Gibson County.
That makes more sense. That's definitely Gibson
Apologies. That one misses outside. The count now 2-2. Yeah, I said that. No, they're not. They're orange. We've seen them quite a bit here recently.
They usually lose.
2-2 here to Romano at the plate. Hedrick got ahead, now trying to stay ahead.
By usually, I mean always.
Swing and a miss. Andrew Hedrick gets the second out of the inning as he faces the first batter and strikes him out.
And you got an opportunity here. It has not been a good inning for Upperman, but their offense has shown signs of life. If you can strand the bases loaded, jumpstart a couple of innings for Andrew Hedrick, you can find yourselves in a ball game again in a hurry.
Well, Brandon Shell started this inning a while ago. It's a start here in the bottom of the 4th. His runner came around to score after he reached on an error to the left side of the infield. That pitch in there for a ball, and it's 1-0. So his second AB here in this inning so far. And he's kind of what started. It was the error, walk, error that got Wilkie out, and then a walk, a single, a strikeout, and then back-to-back hit batters in the lineup for Shoop. Brought Hedrick to the mound. He's now behind 2-0 to Braden Shell at the plate.
Nowhere to put him. You've got to get strikes in. And Shell, I think he started this inning, didn't he?
He did indeed. I just said it.
Well, I was trying not to sneeze, so thank you for that. Should have just glossed over it. You're fine.
There's the 1-0.
See if Gibson County needs a broadcaster.
Tough to get home.
Cameron's here. Actually, never mind. Cameron, don't give him a ride. Figure it out.
2-1 count here to Shell at the plate.
I was just fighting for my life trying to not sneeze.
Called strike on the outside corner. Hedrick able to listen to you and even to count up at 2 apiece.
I mean, literally fighting for my life, and you just sail me down the river like that is absurd.
It's a good job. It's impressive. 2-2 count here to Shell at the plate. Hedrick delivers home and swung on and missed. Gets out of the inning, but 4 runs across for Soddy Daisy in the bottom of 4. They lead it 6-3. We into the 5th. You're watching Upperman Baseball presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Sonia Brown is a full-service realtor and is licensed across the state of Tennessee, listing and selling residential and multifamily, land and farms, commercial and industrial properties. Sonia handles the sale from start to closing and beyond. Let her put her 30-plus years of experience to work for you. Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate has been supporting student-athletes in the Upper Cumberland since 1990. You can reach Sonia Brown at 931-979-7145. Sonia Brown, realtor with American Way Real Estate, is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Are you looking for the best dining experience in the Upper Cumberland? Visit Fire and Vine in Cookville's historic West Side. Fire and Vine offers great service and a unique menu, including mouth-watering deep dish pizza, delectable beef, chicken, fish, and more. Take in stunning views from the rooftop while enjoying your meal. Come and experience the charm and flavor of Fire and Vine, your new favorite spot for a memorable dining experience. Fire and Vine is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Chris Worsing leads it off here on the top of 5. The Bees trailing 6-3 at Sweetwater High School, taking on Soddy Daisy today. Worsing 0 for 2 so far. Lined out to left, grounded out to short. He is looking for his first trip to first base today.
Better song.
I can get down with it.
Better song. Little Drake. We went from fishy whatever to Drake. It's an interesting day out at Sweetwater.
They're playing whatever comes to mind. A wide array of music. Worsing steps in. Bees got 2 across in the 4th, and then Soddy Daisy answered with 4 of their own to retake the lead and then some. They lead by 3, 6-3 as we get going here on the top of 5.
He's about to hit a home run. I'm calling it.
Evan Puderick on the mound in relief of Brock Cobb. That one misses outside. What was that first pitch?
It was a breaking ball that missed outside.
Okay, so it's 2-0.
Yeah, you should have been paying attention, buddy.
Be honest, I wasn't that time.
Yeah, well, this is war now, so probably should do that.
3-0 is that one about catches him.
You sure?
It's not great. Not great when the broadcasters start going at each other.
Coach T-Thread, did Jacob Vincent and Noah McKay hate each other?
Yeah. 3-1.
Those evil guys.
Well, depending on who you ask. 3-1 on the way from Puderick. That one's ball 4, and Chris Worsing leads it off. He's aboard for the first time today.
Well, now this is what you want if you're a competitor. You're Carson Shoup. You got 1 strikeout, but then you hit the 2 batters. You don't feel great about that. You come in here, you've already had 1 big hit, add another one, and that's all you remember out of this game. This is the moments that you really like as a competitor, and Carson Shoup is certainly that. And it may be a different pitcher that he's going to face because it's another call to the bullpen.
It is indeed another call to the bullpen. You're watching Upperman Baseball presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Sonia Brown is a full-service realtor and is licensed across the state of Tennessee, listing and selling residential and multifamily, land and farms, commercial and industrial properties. Sonia handles the sale from start to closing and beyond. Let her put her 30-plus years of experience to work for you. Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate has been supporting student-athletes in the Upper Cumberland since 1990. You can reach Sonia Brown at 931-979-7145. Sonia Brown, realtor with American Way Real Estate, is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Turfmasters Landscape Management has been serving the Upper Cumberland since 1996. They offer a variety of services, including lawn maintenance, landscape design and installation, landscape lighting, irrigation systems, and more. They also provide snow and ice removal during the cold winter months. For more information, contact Matt Wilson at 931-261-1587 today. Turfmasters Landscape Management is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Looking for weekend lunch and dinner plans? Since 1971, Nick's Restaurant has been locally owned and operated. From mouth-watering prime rib to delectable ice cream pie, Nick's has it all. Their cozy atmosphere and great service will make you feel right at home. Plus, their banquet space is perfect for any event. Visit them at 895 South Jefferson Avenue or online at nickscookville.com. Nick's Restaurant is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Chris Worsing draws a leadoff walk here on the top of 5, and that gets Evan Puderick out of the ball game. Here comes Shane Hillian to the bump now for the Soddy Daisy Trojans. Their third pitcher now in the ball game, as well as the Bees try to get back what the Trojans got there. 4 runs across in the bottom of 4. It's a 3-run game, 6-3 as Carson Shoup will step to the plate. He's been aboard twice. He doubled back in the first, scored the first run of the game for Upperman, and then walked and was caught stealing back in the third. He's got a runner on first in the form of Chris Worsing with nobody out here in the top of 5 as the Bees trail by 3. I'd take one through maybe bouncing to the UCR tracks out there.
That'd be just fun.
Roll under it. And that first pitch misses upstairs, 74 miles an hour from Hillian on the mound. It's 1-0.
And it's been a while since Hillian has pitched last.
Trying to find it, and we got to go back a ways.
It is way a ways.
Maybe a good thing, maybe a bad thing for the Bees. We'll see.
He's definitely not the race.
3-1. I just said 3-1. It's not even close to 3-1. It's 1-1 now.
His last outing was a 4 2/3 innings pitched against Halls, where he had 3 hits, 3 runs, all of them earned 6 walks to 2 strikeouts. He threw 86 pitches, only half were strikes.
Gave up 6 walks and 3 runs. That's impressive.
It is.
1-1 count here to Shoup. Delivers home. Swing and a miss. Good breaking ball that time. And the count goes to 1-2 now on Carson Shoup.
62 miles per hour.
Yeah, that one dropped. I don't know if we're going to get a flamethrower today. A lot of crafty righties. Check to first. Worsing dives back in. What did I say? One-two count here to Carson Shoup, and nobody out, a runner on first for the Bees. Hillian delivers, breaking ball off the end of the bat, and just barely gets a piece to stay alive in the AB.
Yeah, it's a good job by Shoup. He was way out in front of the last one. That time he starts early, but able to just tip it, stay alive, live to fight another pitch.
Will we have a broadcast that stays on the rails this season?
This season? Getting to the playoffs will be all right. On a Thursday at Sweetwater? Absolutely not.
1-2. And one swung on and missed. It's a strikeout to open it up for Shane Hillian. The first down of the inning here in the top of the 5th. So that'll send Braden Green to the plate. Had the RBI single back in the first, grounded out in the third. He's got a runner on first and 1 gone here in the top of 5. The Bees trail 6-3, trying to get back into it. Winners of their 4 of their last 5. Beat Livingston Academy in a sweep Monday and Tuesday in district play. First pitch into Green, a called strike on the outside corner.
He's found his groove since that outing. I mean, he's been all around the zone so far. Just a couple of misses. He got probably swung it a ball to get the last punch out, but not a bad pitch at all.
That one misses outside, and the count now 1-1. Worsing started the inning off with a walk. That was issued by Evan Puderick, who was then pulled for Hillian now. I mentioned the changes on the other side for the Bees as well. You've got Andrew Hedrick currently on the mound. We'll see if there's a change. Worsing, a pretty healthy lead. Pitch into Green, hit right side and through to right field. Worsing into second base, bobbled for a second out in right. Worsing able to get back on the bag. It's a single for Braden Green, his second time aboard today, and his second hit of the ball game.
Braden Green's approach has been really solid this week at the plate. Has another solid AB there, sets the table, and this is all you need. You're down 3, but they've been all over the base paths. See if Denton Huddleston can get this thing rolling again. He's not really in his groove the past week or so.
Then Huddleston steps in 0-2 with a strikeout and a ground down, and a big opportunity here for the freshman with the runners on first and second and 1 away.
What about the time for your first long ball at the varsity level? Over that right field fence, the wind has died down.
There's practically no wind right now, just a very slight breeze out of right field.
295 to that foul pole.
Yeah, he's got the power to do so. There's a nice porch out there on right he could send it into. Some of the fans out there from both sides taking the game in from. Here's the first pitch from Hillian into him. He pops this one up and sends it up and out of play.
And that was the pitch to do it to. He just couldn't quite barrel it up.
They count 0-1 here on Huddleston. Mention the Bees, first of 4 games starting today. They'll have one tomorrow at Smith County and then 2 more back here at Sweetwater against Lenore City and Boyd Buchanan. Back-to-back, 10 a.m. and 12:30.
I'm going to let you have that one.
You think so? Where are you going to be?
Well, I got a really good offer yesterday that's tough to refuse.
Here's the 0-1 on the way to Huddleston. This one hit out towards right field, angling to the gap and down. Denton Huddleston gets the job done. Worsing had to pause to see if it was going to be caught. So it's just going to be a single. Everybody's safe, and it's bases loaded with 1 away as Sawyer Brown will step to the plate.
It's really unfortunate for Upperman because there was never a moment that ball was going to be caught, but Chris had to be sure. He didn't really, I don't think he tracked it off the bat, so he turned around, had to find it. By the time he runs, it was too late. So that could have been easily an RBI, but a great piece of hitting by Denton Huddleston, and now Ryland Case going to come on and run for Green.
Maddox Barnes for Denton Huddleston. So you got Barnes, the courtesy runner. You've got Ryland Case, the pinch runner for Green.
We've talked before the value of the quick answer and an opportunity here. Bases loaded. You've had maybe the hottest hitter in your order now coming up to the plate. See if he can put something in play. Take a walk or somebody being hit by a pitch as well. Got to score some runs here. Answer immediately. Get back in this baseball game.
Sawyer Brown steps to strikeout victim in the second. Walked and scored a run back in the fourth. And now he's got a little bit of speed on the base path. Worsing at third. At second base is Ryland Case now running for Braden Green. And over at first is Maddox Barnes, who came on a run for Denton Huddleston. So Sawyer Brown will step in with 1 out, and the base is juiced. Against Soddy Daisy, who got 4 runs across in the bottom of 4. You mentioned looking for a quick answer here in the top of 5. Just 1 out so far.
No bunts here. Swing away. Do some damage.
Hillian will work out of the stretch with the bases loaded as he looks in for the sign. Now ready to go and delivers to Brown. A breaking ball is a good one. It drops in for strike 1.
He could have sent that to the football field if he swings at that one. That was hanging.
He's up on the plate a little bit, too, so that probably didn't look too tasty coming in as it kind of started at his hip and broke off of it. And Brown, in typical fashion, on the second pitch of the AB, will call time and step out. We'll have to pay attention. I don't know if it's after the first strike or just the second pitch. We'll keep note of that. Here's the 0-1. Another breaking ball hit left side. Third baseman onto it, flips to second. Throw to first is not in time, so Sawyer Brown drives home a run and gets the job done, or he gets a run in, I should say. Just going to be the fielder's choice there, but gets the job done and 1 run on the board for the Bees here in the 5th.
And it gets the RBI. That was a dangerous moment. Thought it could have been a 6-4, 3-inning ending double play, but legs it out back to first. He's booking it out of the box, and now an opportunity for Braden Wolke. And an interesting day for Wolke. He really battled out there on the mound, and he can feel good about this game with 1 solid swing in this spot.
So Wolke steps in now with 2 gone and runners on the corners as Brown is over at first. At third is Ryland Case. Maddox Barnes was thrown out at second base on the fielder's choice.
He was coming home.
You think he crossed 45?
At least. Give me 55 on that one.
Comes home with this one. Wolke sends it out to right. Going to be a tough play. Coming onto it, the outfielders can't get there. 1 run scores. They're going to hold the runner up at Brown at second base. And Braden Wolke gets the lead a little bit closer with the RBI single.
How about these young Upperman Bees with the answer immediately? Back in the ball game, you get the RBI single. A huge answer, and it's 6-5. They put 6-6 up on the board, but it's 6-5.
It's definitely 6-5. Only 2 runs have come across for the Bees here in the inning.
Maybe just seeing the future a little bit.
We'll take it.
And now Jackson Green just trying to add on. Where did that baseball come from?
Where did that come from? Did it just fall out of his pocket?
That was a sick magic trick. Just popped up.
So 2 gone in the inning. Runners on first and second, and Jackson Green is at the plate. He's 1 for 2 with a single and a strikeout. First pitch he sees, waves out and misses, and it's 0-1.
It's a good swing, however, for Green. A pitch right over the middle. It seems like they're tracking it much better out of the new pitcher.
Hillian on the mound. Has given up a few base runners so far. And 1 run. The 0-1. Swung on and missed. 0-2.
Yeah, a couple of belt-high fastballs, 75 on the gun. Hadn't been able to get the barrel on it yet.
2 gone in the inning as Green steps back in. He's got an 0-2 count on him. Already 2 runs across for the Bees here in the inning. It's 6-5. And the pitch from Hillian. Swung on and popped up and out of play. He'll live to see another. Good battle already brewing here for Jackson Green. Andrew Hedrick standing in the on-deck circle. He's got a couple of singles so far today. He'd love to have an opportunity here in the 5th. The 0-2 pitch. It pops out of the glove. And
he just tipped it.
Just barely.
I think he got a millimeter of that on there.
Got a piece of it.
Yeah, he did. He hit the double click as it popped out of the mitt. It's a game of millimeters sometime.
So still 0-2. On Green with the runners on first and second and 2 away. He'll ask for time and step out.
Yeah, it's a wise move. Take a breath. Settle back in here.
Hillian with a look in. And delivers. Missed outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Good pitch. Better take.
Able to foul off a couple. Watches that one miss outside. A 1-2 count here to Green with 2 away. Hillian rocks and deals. That one fouled off again. Getting just close enough that he thought he had to put it out there and able to foul it off. Still 1-2.
It's good poise. You go down 0-2 and can't catch up to the fastball. Just find a way to foul things off. Stay alive in the at-bat.
1 ball, 2 strike count here to Jackson Green at the plate. 2 runs across for the Bees already in the inning. The 1-2 pitch misses upstairs. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
You're going against a guy who's had control problems. He's walked a lot of hitters, so just make him throw as many as you can and get some bad misses mixed in.
The deeper you get into this AB, the better you feel. Green steps in. Hillian ready to go. The 2-2 pitch misses downstairs, and the count runs full.
That is a gutsy take. Just below the knees. A tough spot to take, but a great one by the freshman.
3 ball, 2 strike count with 2 outs. Runners will be on the move. Hillian will come set. And the payoff pitch. Inside ball 4. How about that one from Jackson Green? It gets behind 0-2 and able to work all the way back, draw the walk. And here comes Andrew Hedrick. 2 for 2 with a couple of singles. And now the bases are loaded with 2 outs for him.
Well, and he's on the mound on the other side, and he just came in and got 2 big outs. Give yourself a tie game or a lead with a solid swing here. It's
Brown,
a great AB by Jackson Green.
100%. Brown is at third. Wolke at second. The walk drawn by Green. Here is Hedrick. First pitch to him. A called strike on the outside corner from Hillian. Hedrick singled in a run his last time in the 4th. He singled in the 2nd. He was left stranded at first base. Hillian will take a deep breath on the mound and delivers home the 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball, waved down and missed. That's a good one right there, 0-2.
Yeah, that's the best pitch that he's thrown. Back-to-back hitters ahead, 0-2. Wasn't able to get the last one. Down by 1. You need a battle here. You don't get many bases loaded opportunities.
No ball, 2 strike count to Hedrick. One of the few sophomores in the lineup for this Bees squad. The pitch from Hillian, swung on and missed. A big strikeout for Hillian on the mound, but the Bees strike for 2, and it's a 1-run game. 6-5, we're to the bottom of 5. You're watching Upperman Baseball, presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Tee-Up is the Upper Cumberland's best indoor golfing experience. With 3 state-of-the-art golf simulators, you can work on some of the world's best courses, all in the comfort of their climate-controlled facility. Want to know where you can improve? See everything from club speed to spin rate in seconds. They also have plenty of other games to enjoy time with friends. Conveniently located at 141 4th Street in Baxter. Stop in. Visit them online at teeupgolfclub.com or call them at 931-559-GOLF to reserve your simulator today. Tee-Up is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. The Real Estate Collective Land and Farm Team represents a dedicated group of individuals possessing a wealth of expertise in land and farm sales. They possess a range of resources at their disposal, all aimed at showcasing the innate qualities of each property. Call 931-559-9500 for more information or see their current listings at letsgorico.com. The Real Estate
Back here at Sweetwater High School as Soddy Daisy now back to the plate in the bottom of 5. 8-9-1 due up for Maddox Eversole, Ty Hitchcox, and Gabe Ferguson in the inning. First pitch swinging. Green cannot glove it at third. Mullins has it. Throw to first. Not going to be in time as Eversole is able to beat it out and reach to open it up here in the 5th.
You got to get in front of the ball. You just stuck the glove out to the left, and if it doesn't take a good hop, you're not going to catch it. And another mistake.
Yeah, technically an E5, isn't it?
It's absolutely, yeah. It's the third error in the last 2 innings for Upperman defensively. You just can't have it. You keep giving Soddy Daisy opportunities.
Well, and it's been the 7, 8, 9 in the order. They have scored 4 runs in the ball game. Every time they have reached, they have scored. As Eversole is now at first base, Hitchcox is now at the plate, the second baseman for the Trojans. On the mound is Andrew Hedrick. He came in and was able to get out of the inning. That one misses outside. Is the count 1-1?
It is not. It's 2-0.
Okay, that's what I thought. Hedrick says he's ready. Runner goes. The pitch outside, and Huddleston can't get the clean transfer. It'll be a stolen bag for Eversole into scoring position.
Well, Huddleston's been trying to get up to throw down, and 3 straight pitches that have missed outside, and it's 3-0 now, and this is an eerily similar start to what happened in the last inning for Soddy Daisy at the plate where they scored 4.
3-0 count here to Hitchcox, and a runner on second base in the form of Eversole. Hedrick delivers home. There's a called strike across, 3-1.
This may be first to 10 wins.
Yeah,
that's how it feels.
Set in between. I don't know who's going to win this game. That's, yeah. 6-5 right now. Soddy Daisy leads by 1. Who can kind of come up with that last big hit.
He's not bunting.
It's 3-1. He thought about it. It misses outside. It's ball 4.
So and I say that to say you can put it right down the middle of the plate, and if he bunts it, so be it.
Yeah.
Take the throw down to first.
So Hitchcox works the walk. And there's 2 base runners aboard now for Gabe Ferguson.
You better not let anything get 2 inches outside the dugout today. Either way.
Bunt shown here by Ferguson. Pulls it back. Misses outside. And it's 1-0. Ferguson has been aboard a couple of times. Both of them walks. He scored back in the 4th.
That's a good point. They need to get back in the dugout over on the right side.
1-0 count here to Ferguson. First 2 base runners have reached on an error and a walk. Here's the pitch from Hedrick. Bunt shown. Runner goes. That catches the camera for the game changer behind home plate. And it's 1-1 now on Ferguson. Got it pretty clean. A couple of cameras back there. 1-1 count here to Ferguson at the plate after that one was fouled off. Runners on first and second for the Trojans. Check back to second. We're seeing right there. Trying to hold that runner on at second, and Maddox Eversole, who was going on that last pitch. Hedrick asking for the signs again with nobody out. Here in the 5th. Bunt shown above the head, so it misses for ball 2 to Ferguson.
I'm not sure he got the bat back on that.
Might be right.
You would never think that could be a strike because it was above his head, but I'm going to look at the replay. I may be way off, but I wasn't sure he actually pulled the bat back on that one.
It's 2-1 here to him, says don't play umpires. That's what we'll go with.
He barely got it back in time. We'll give him that.
2 balls and a strike. Hedrick will deliver home. Bunt shown again, this time put down the third base line. Green onto it. Throw to first is in time. They get the out there, and it advances the runners up to second and third in the process. So a productive out for Gabe Ferguson. And now runners at second and third for Braden Maynor.
Very nice job by Jackson Green. He bounces back off the error, come up, field it cleanly, make a accurate, hard throw down to first. It's the only play that can be made, and now you turn your attention here, and I honestly wouldn't hate an
gotten him out
intentional
yet today.
walk here.
Yeah. He's walked, scored a run. He has driven in 2 on 2 singles.
You maybe don't today, but you keep this in mind if you did face this team in a sub-state matchup.
It's a good breaking ball to Braden Maynor.
In a situation like this, may send him down to first, because he's been an impossible out so far.
Singled a couple of times, driven in runs each time. He has scored a run after he walked back in the first. Here's the 0-1, and fouled off, and Hedrick's ahead 0-2.
I like Hedrick's moxie, though. He's checked in. He's had some things go against him. He hadn't been perfect, but he's making good pitches, making tough pitches.
He's trying to get back into it at 8-9 on the year, trying to get back to 500 for the first time in a long time. Here's the 0-2 pitch on the way from Hedrick. The breaking ball dips outside, and the count now 1-2 with 1 out.
I think it's the first time this season, potentially.
Yeah, you might be right. Obviously had the slow start. A lot of one-run games that didn't go their way early on this year. I think they started 3-7, if I remember right.
It absolutely. Well, they started 2-1, so after that point.
There you go.
Be the first time since the 3rd game of the season.
There's the 1-2 pitch from Hedrick, and waved at. Good foul off there by Maynor to stay alive.
Yeah, I think the most impressive thing about this Trojans lineup today is just how they battled in these ABs. They've just not gone down easily. Even when they've gotten out, they've made these pitchers work for it on the other side.
So Maynor will step back in with a 1-2 count and 1 gone in the inning. Runners on 2nd and 3rd in a 1-run ball game at 6-5. In the bottom of 5, Hedrick, and fouled off.
Coach Farley just called out to Hedrick, hey, come on, let's go. A little head nod of encouragement.
Maynor will step back in. Still a 1-2 count after he fouls off a few. Hedrick out of the windup will deliver home. And that one just upstairs for ball 2. That one was close.
Yeah, that's a pretty good pitch by Andrew Hedrick.
It's a hard layoff
batter.
right there.
Yeah, that's...
That had to look real good coming in. 2-2 here to him. Hedrick delivers. Fouled off again.
Gibson County, they could have taken a detour and gone to Opry Mills in Nashville or something on their way down. You guys aren't playing for a while, boys. There's not a time limit on this, which is not now. We're over 2 hours.
Yeah.
So we're going to be here.
Here's the 2-2. Missed inside. It's ball 3.
And a walk is not the worst thing in the world here. We talked about that earlier, but when you've thrown this many solid pitches, you really don't want to lose the guy.
Exactly. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Maynor at the plate, 1 gone in the inning. Hedrick was ahead. Maynor has worked his way back. Infield in for the Bees, and time will be called. Now everybody's back and ready. Hedrick, the payoff, back up the middle. Mullins can't get there. It'll score 1. It'll score 2 as Math is just now to it. The throw comes home, and Maynor will take second base in the process. It's another 2-run single for Braden Maynor, and Soddy Daisy is back on top by 3.
And that's exactly why we said you may want to intentionally walk him. Just so tough to get out, and he's having a great performance on this Thursday evening. You got to tip your cap to him. That was a great battle between pitcher and hitter, and ultimately Maynor got the pitch he wanted, sends it into center, and that's one where you got to cut it off if you're Upperman. There's no chance to get him at home. The throw needs to come into second.
And I think they just called ball game. All right. Well, so maybe there was a time limit.
And a hard time limit at that. Not going to finish the inning.
So that is ball game, and Soddy Daisy gets the job done as not 7-5. 2 runs came home to score. 8-5 the final score, if I can count upright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it's 8-5. The final score, Soddy Daisy wins it in 5 innings of action.
2 hour and 15-minute time limit.
There you go. So we do hit the time limit, a hard time limit here in the bottom of the 5th. And there was only one out in the inning as well. We still had a lot of baseball to be played.
Well, and the reason they put the time limit on is because if there wasn't one, this game goes over 3.5
Yeah,
hours because
100%.
there's just not a lot of outs being held either way. And it's unfortunate because I feel similar to the Strasburg-Franklin game. Upperman had a good chance to win this game if it goes 7 strong. I'm not saying they definitely would have. Soddy Daisy was playing well, but they would have had a chance with their bats. But such is life. You come to a tournament or a classic like this.
So 8 runs across for Soddy Daisy in this one. They had 8 hits in the ball game as well. They left 8 runners stranded. And how about the game from Braden Maynor? He drives in 4 runs. He scores another run. He reaches base 4 times. He was 3 for 3 with 3 singles, 4 runs driven in, and a run scored.
He's a Nelson Trophy screen printing player of the game. Just a great performance. And ultimately, because that time limit was coming, didn't matter at the end, and that's why you pitched to him, by the way, because you're trying to get to the next half inning. So all those things start to come into fold. But he had a great performance. That was about what you would expect. I think these are 2 teams ultimately that are pretty evenly matched, and neither one had their number 1s or number 2s going on the mound, and so you just had a lot of plays both ways. But ultimately, Upperman made more mistakes in the field than Soddy Daisy did, and I think that was the biggest difference today.
Yeah, 3 errors in the field, another one there in that inning as well. So Soddy Daisy gets the job done. Final score 8-5 as the Bees fall to 8-10 on the season and get ready to face a good Smith County team coming up tomorrow. We'll be there for the high school baseball game of the week presented by Mayberry's Furniture. It's going to be a lot of fun in Carthage. We hope you tune in for that baseball game. Then the Bees back here at Sweetwater on Saturday for a couple of games at 10 and 12:30. We'll be back here for those baseball games as well. Anything else?
Let's go home.
Let's go home. For Cameron Hughes, that's Noah McKay. I'm Jacob Vincent saying so long from Sweetwater High School.